make sure we rebound. They just crash the boards like crazy, so hopefully when we get them to miss that first shot, we can rebound that first shot. And then, turnovers. Last time they forced us in this 20-some turnovers. We can't have that tonight, so we need to take care of the basketball, make good decisions. And lastly is we got to make our free throws. I anticipate getting to the free throw line some tonight, and when we do, we got to take advantage of it.
Always appreciate the time, Coach. Best of luck.
All right, thank you, guys.
That was Mike Hackett, the head coach of the Munster Mustangs. And, Chris, let's take a look at some very impressive numbers that Coach Hackett has put up in his career.
Well, Coach Hackett still remains one of the leaders in the state of active coaches in winning percentage. He's .289 in 71 losses in his 15th year here at Munster for an 80.3% winning percentage, and that does put him in the top 4 of the state. And listening to his keys of the game, I guess I take from that is they plan to attack the basket. When he says we plan to get to the free throw line, part of that game plan to me means we're going to attack the basket.
Yeah, the other thing, Chris, is they really need to be able to get into their half-court offense. East Chicago Central is going to be pressing the entire 94, and they cannot turn it over 12 times in the first quarter tonight, or it's going to be a long evening.
Well, I mean, possessions become real key here in a sectional championship round of this tournament. And the less shots you get at the basket, obviously, the less chance you have to score. And, every possession you have to play at this level like it's a championship possession with the game on the line.
Let's go ahead and take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the East Chicago Central side of things. We'll break down the numbers, and a little bit later on, we'll bring on Abe Brown, the head coach of the 9th-rated team in the state of Indiana. As our pregame coverage continues here, we are live from the John A. Barato Center with Sectional 1 championship action as East Chicago Central hosts Munster on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports.
Centier Bank has been named a 2013 top 3 best place to work in Indiana by the Indiana Chamber of Commerce, and they couldn't have done it without the trust, loyalty, and friendship of you, their valued customers. In return, they work hard to give you solid financial answers and outstanding customer service. Together with the community, they create one great place to work and bank. Centier Bank, member FDIC.
State Farm Insurance reports that 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much value their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, State Farm can help you get to a better state because they'll talk with you, listen to you, and help you put together a policy that has you written all over it. From cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. In Griffith, Tom Jerome at 821 West 45th Street. Call Tom at 924-1199. In Griffith, Ken Weldon, 124 North Griffith Boulevard. Call Ken at 922-6200. And in Valparaiso, Rob Rudekas, 835 Lincoln Way. Call Rob at 476-7444. Get to a better state with State Farm.
Like a good neighbor.
Looking to start a new career at a cutting-edge, exciting, and globally competitive company? Enroll in Steelworker for the Future, a 2.5-year associate degree program offered at select community colleges, and you'll be prepared for a high-paying career at ArcelorMittal, the world's leading steel company. Graduates may be hired as maintenance technicians, earning an average of $90,000 per year, plus benefits. Your future with the leader in steel starts now. Visit steelworkerforthefuture.com today.
There's always a moment where it's either put up or shut up. We were yelling our hearts out. Even in our weakness, even in our pain, we continue to push. I don't know where the pain went to, but all I know is that I had what it took. I am a United States Marine.
PFC Darrell Willis serves his country as a Marine. Will you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Welcome back here to pregame coverage here at the Barato Center. Mike Knezovich along with Chris Adzia. And Chris, let's take a look at East Chicago Central, how they break down, winning 20 of their 23 outings this year.
As we talked about, Mike, they've yet to lose to a team from Northwest Indiana, just having a spectacular year, a top 10 ranked team in 4A. Very efficient from the offensive end as they attack the basket quite a bit, shooting 51% on the year as a team. A very impressive 72% from the free throw line, 39% from behind the three-point arc. They average 32 rebounds a game, 12.5 assists to 11 turnovers. 11 turnovers is a great stat considering the pace that they play at. They're 7th in the state in terms of offensive output at 75.8 points per game, and they give up 62 on the defensive end. They're led in scoring by their starting guard, a senior, Hiron Edwards, at 24 points a ball game, 6 rebounds, and really distributing the ball this year, Mike, with 5 assists a game. Damian Jefferson averages 23 points a ball game, and the third player in double digits is Jermaine Couisnard at 12.8.
Yeah, the other thing that's really impressive about DJ this season, 10 caroms a contest, Chris. He certainly has had a well-rounded game on the glass as well.
Yeah, he's really matured physically as a player, has matured mentally as well, and he's obviously been a huge part of a great season for the Cardinals.
Meanwhile, Jermaine Couisnard continues as that third wheel in the lineup there at 12.8 per ball game. He's hit 37 three-pointers from the outside out of the 121 that East Chicago has hit this particular season. But really, I think two of the key players, if they get any kind of contribution out of Keyshawn Lewis along with Charlie Cleveland, they are really going to be tough to beat in the tournament.
Keyshawn Lewis is a young player. He's 6'2 sophomore, gives him a lot of athletic ability. He averages 5 points a ball game. Certainly capable of putting more points on the board with a different team. Obviously, the Cardinals are an explosive team, and they have other options. Last night, Keyshawn Lewis had 10 points, and he was the 4th player in double digits for the Cardinals in that win against Lowell. And Charlie Cleveland's just an ultimate role player, a 6'3 junior. He gives them a physical presence down low, a thick 6'3 player averaging 5.5 points a ball game.
Today's broadcast of Cardinals basketball is brought to you in part by the Foundations of East Chicago. Whether on the court or in the community, the Foundations of East Chicago is committed to improving the quality of life for all East Chicago residents. We demonstrate the commitment through our scholarship programs, through financial support of local institutions like food pantries and churches, and by providing leadership and advice to make our community the best that it can be. For more information, please visit our website, www.foundations-e-c.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Foundations-EC. Chris?
Attorney Lonnie Randolph supports his community by sponsoring a portion of East Chicago Central Cardinals basketball on regional radio sports and RRSN.com. Attorney Randolph specializes in trial, criminal, civil, personal injury, and property issues. His law office is located at 1919 East Columbus Drive in East Chicago. For more information and to schedule an appointment, give Lonnie a call at 219-397-5531.
Pre-game coverage of the sectional championship game here at the John A. Barato Center continues here on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports. A. Brown, the head coach of the East Chicago Central Cardinals, is going to join us. And, Coach, congratulations on the victories here in the sectional wins over the Morton Governors and last time out against the Lowell Red Devils. Analyze your team's performance in the first 2 games of the sectionals we head to this championship game tonight.
Well, the guys came out and played, I think, real good defense that really set the tone of both games. Based on setting the tone defensively, that helped things translate easily on the offensive end. So then the guys did a great job of rebounding. You know, all did a great effort as a group in rebounding, so that really helped us out a lot. Our senior, Hiron Edwards, he controlled the game most of both games, and that really helped everybody else get into the flow.
Coach, 13-game winning streak now for the Cardinals. What's been the common thread for the team in that run for you? What have been some of the things you guys have done good?
First of all, they played together. They've been playing together. That's the biggest thing. They've been playing together, sharing the ball, doing what they need to do defensively to help one another. It's just been no selfishness, so that really helped. You know, that's just really the basis of everything. They just really been playing hard and playing together.
Coach, Damian Jefferson is known, of course, for his scoring exploits, as he did rightfully so. But I think what really
really gets overlooked is his rebounding prowess. He's averaging 10 caroms a ball game right now. He's had 97 rebounds this season. Talk about his maturation process using this 6'4" frame and the leaping ability to hit the glass.
Well, Coach Woods on him. Coach Woods be on all of them about rebound. They know if they don't rebound, they in trouble come practice time. So Damon just has taken that to another level as far as just having a knack to go up there and get the ball, you know. And he likes to get out and push the ball, you know. So by him getting a rebound, you know, he can get a couple dribbles before you have to give it up. So he enjoy rebounding, and that's a good thing for us all, because once he starts rebounding everybody else, you notice going out there as well. So that's a great thing.
Visiting with Abe Brown, the head coach of the Chicago Central Cardinals, here on the pregame show on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports. And Coach, Keyshawn Lewis, a sophomore, has really matured in his role now, starting as a guard. He's had 8 threes from the outside. Seems to really be getting into the flow now in the transition for you.
Yeah, Keyshawn was a little shaky when we first got, started. I think that was just part of the process of him getting used to playing at the varsity level, because he kind of went from 8th grade to JV, then straight to varsity. So it's just a matter of him starting to settle down. He fell into the role of playing out there with hiring them and Damian and Jermaine. So he's doing good for us, and hopefully he just continue to keep it up.
Give you a wrap-up, Coach. Let's take a look at keys of the game and break it down here. This is a rematch of a game played earlier in the season, and you guys handled Munster, fairly easy in that ball game. They're playing some good basketball now. They've won 11 of their last 14. So if you take a look at Coach Hackett's squad, what are you going to have to do to cut the nets tonight?
Oh, that's like you say that, cut the nets. I forgot the question. No, but what we have to do is we're just going to have to make sure we guard the perimeter and make sure we do the things we got to do to get out on the shot, don't give up any open looks, make sure we rebound. Everybody goes in there and rebound. No second chance shots. We'll have to get the 50-50 balls. And make sure we're talking on defense. I know he's going to probably run a lot of different screens and things for his shooters, and we just got to make sure we're doing that. Protecting the paint with the inside-outside game, and I think things will work out for us.
Always appreciate the time, Coach. Best of luck.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Kind of threw Coach a little curveball there with cutting down the nets, Chris. And as you know, with coaches, take them one at a time, whatever cliche you want to put in there.
Well, when you start talking about cutting down the nets, I mean, that's what high school basketball is all about. And, there's not many teams, and we talk about this before, Mike, there's not many teams that start this season and say, we're going to win the state championship. It's, let's cut down the nets for a sectional championship. And that's where it all starts here at the high school level in Indiana. And, you listen to the carefree attitude that Coach Brown brings to the game, and it's a loose group right now. It's very easy to be loose when you're 20-3, a state-ranked team, and you're playing a team for a sectional championship that you've blown out by 20-plus points. But to me, it all comes down to the mental approach for the Cardinals. Do they have it early to take control of this game? Sometimes they drift in and out, and as I said earlier, get bored at times. It'll be a key factor for Munster to make Central bored a lot tonight.
Meanwhile, Abe Brown has put up some great numbers, Chris, and really stepped into a very difficult position, kind of a no-win situation coming here the year after a state championship back in 2007.
No matter what you're following here at East Chicago, you have a magnifying over your head, looking at every move you make, every decision you make with your ball club. Coach Brown's done a great job here at his alma mater. He's 20-3 this year. In his 8th year overall, he's 117 wins to only 59 losses for a 66% winning percentage. Well, as you said, Mike, looking to cut down the nets here again tonight.
We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout, and we will come back with tonight's starting lineups. And we will also have our national anthem, Honoring Americas. There you get a good look at the 9th-rated team in the state of Indiana. The East Chicago Central Cardinals, they come in at 20-3. They're taking on the 17-9 Munster Mustangs right here on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports.
State Farm Insurance asks, if you're feeling stuck in a state of compensation stagnation, another year with no raise, then let State Farm help you get to a better state with a discount double check that can stretch your hard-earned dollars a little farther. They'll go through your car insurance to make sure you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Discounts could add up to 40% and put a few hundred extra dollars in your pocket. Discounts may vary state to state. In Maryville, Don Gray at 2105 West Lincoln Highway. Phone Don at 769-9120. In Valparaiso, Greg Taylor, 390 West U.S. Highway 6. Call Greg at 762-4911. And in Hobart, Danny DeTola, 8792 East Ridge Road. Phone Danny at 963-4444. Get to a better state with State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back here to the John A. Barato Center. Keep in mind that our coverage of the postseason is going to continue next Saturday night on the regional level. You can check your local listings as well as the RRSN.com website for all the information regarding our coverage of regional action here on Regional Radio Sports. We will be over in the 4A Regional at Michigan City and also at the 4A Regional tentative plans over at Triton. But right now we're facing to the left and honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Special thanks to all of our men and women fighting for our freedom each and every day here in the United States as well as overseas. We are getting set to send it down to Dave Lang, the public address announcer here, and he will give us the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. First of all, introducing the visitors from Munster High School. Great atmosphere out here tonight, Chris.
Well, Mike, I talk about it all the time with you. Barato Center doesn't get any better than this.
Time it is my pleasure to introduce the starting lineup.
Down to Dave Lane for tonight's starting lineup.
For the Mustangs of Munster High School. At one guard, number 3, Kevin Schlotman. At the other guard, number 11, Adam Ostojic. At one forward, number 20, Luke Hackett. At the other forward, number 22, Drew Hackett. And your center, number 44, Nicola Mendich. The Mustangs are coached by head coach Mike Hackett. And now the starting lineups for your East Chicago Cardinals. At one guard, number 1, Keyshawn Lewis. At another guard, number 4, Charlie Cleveland. At another guard, number 5, Jermaine Couisnard. At guard, number 23, Damian Jefferson. And at guard, number 11,
Great job by Dave Lane. Always does a good job of getting the crowd revved up here. And this Cardinals basketball broadcast is brought to you in part by the Foundations of East Chicago. They're an organization that is dedicated to supporting our community on and off the court through our academic scholarship programs, as well as our grant programs for local charitable institutions and leadership. We here at the Foundations of East Chicago pour our hearts into making a positive impact on our community. For more information, please visit our website at www.foundations-e-c.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Foundations-e-c. What are you looking for here in the early going, Chris?
Well, I'm looking for Munster to control tempo. East Chicago try to raise the energy in the building, get out to have some open score looks in the open floor.
Damian Jefferson will get to tip it away with Nikola Mandic. The East Chicago Central Cardinals, dressed in their white home uniforms with the block red Cardinals across the chest. They're moving from left to right on your laptop. And the Munster Mustangs in the opposite direction in their road reds, with the road red numbers and white trim. And we are underway as DJ gets the tap back on the play to Keyshawn Lewis.
Officials for tonight's game: Kevin Keene out of West Lafayette, Tim Smith just outside of Warsaw, Indiana, and Terry Sherrill from Michigan City.
East Chicago going to go right into the Munster cheering block in this first half of play.
Well, triangle and 2 to start. A little Mickey Mouse defense, Mike. Schlotman has Hiron Edwards, and that's Luke Hackett on Jefferson.
In the corner, Couisnard, 4-3, no good. Cleveland got the offensive rebound, but they're going to call a push on Charlie in the lower black, and that'll be a turnover on the Cardinals. Good job of boxing out that time by the visitors.
Great job by Nikola Mandic at 6'6", big body, big physical rebounder. So is Charlie Cleveland. Good battle going on down low in that first possession.
You listened to in that pregame show, Chris, Coach Hackett talked about some different looks on defense that they're going to put here against the red, white, and blue. 45 seconds gone here in a scoreless tie. Mandic from the far side couldn't get it to go. DJ comes down with the carom for the Cardinals. Couisnard brings it up. Cleveland on the baseline trying to get the first 2 points. Couldn't get it to go. It goes off of East Chicago Central. It'll be Munster basketball.
In a triangle and 2, Mike, I look for Jermaine Couisnard to get any look that he wants to, and that would be that great equalizer against the defense like a triangle and 2.
Munster's going to make the sophomore beat him. Not a bad strategy in this part of the campaign. So Stojic now will bring it over the timeline. Double ones now with the left-handed dribble drive. Man-to-man defense by East Chicago Central. Right side free throw line extended on the play to Hackett. Drew in the lane now, trying to get a safety valve on the play, and he finds it with a Stojic. Nice defense by Keyshawn. Stojic gets the pass over to Mandic. Rejected on the play by DJ. Couisnard back the other way now. On the left side, he got his shot swatted away on the play. Nice play there by Luke Hackett for Munster.
Another key to the game tonight for Munster, transition defense. They did a nice job getting back, and Luke Hackett picking up the block shot.
We played 90 seconds of scoreless basketball, and now we've got some extracurricular activities going on just outside the free throw line between the Stangs and the Cardinals. Munster certainly has come out with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, Chris.
Yeah, there's no doubt they're coming out. They're playing with something to prove after the big loss earlier in the year. And you would expect nothing less at a sectional championship level.
Now Cleveland took it inside and couldn't get it over the front of the rim, and Mandic comes down with the rebound for Munster. So Stojic now brings it over the timeline with the right-handed drive in the twilight zone. Takes it up on Cleveland and drew the foul. It'll go to the line to shoot 2, Chris.
Nitco and Dish team up. Triple play Nitco Dish services are now available in your own backyard. And your home team will love it. They'll enjoy fast broadband internet, voice communication, with landline reliability and dish television with Hopper that allows you to skip through annoying TV commercials and watch your TV anytime, anywhere. Make the switch today and start saving big. Fast, reliable, local, Nitco, connected, always. Call 219-996-2981 or visit www.nitco.com for more information.
Stojic breaks the scoring streak here with the first points in the game with the $1:47 gone. Madison Hawkins into the lineup now for A. Brown, as he will go ahead and go a little bit bigger. The softball splits the free throws as DJ gets the rebound for the Cards. Stojic coming in at 61% from the line. 2 minutes gone, and Cardinals have yet to score. Lewis tries to break the drought, couldn't get it to go, and the long rebound comes off on the play to Munster. Over the timeline, they bring it now into play with Schlotman in the twilight zone to Mandich. 5:52 remaining in the first quarter. We got a 1-0 ball game. Now double deuce with the long shot. It's an air ball, was deflected out of bounds off the Cardinals. Madison Hawkins with a little forearm shiver there into Mandich, put him right on the deck.
Scoring update from Maryville in Sectional 2. Crown Point all over the Chesterton Trojans, 41-21 at halftime.
We've seen this movie before. We'll see if they can close it out.
Chesterton fell big to Maryville last night before coming back to win in overtime.
Schlotman gets the pass from Drew Hackett in front of the East Chicago cheering section. Now Hackett tickles the twine from 22. His 42nd home run ball of the year, and a nice start for Munster. They're up 4-0.
Drew Hackett just laying all over Jefferson. He's going to be whistled for a foul here. There it is. He was leaning on Jefferson, Mike, from the start of that possession when the ball was nowhere near him.
First team foul on Munster. East Chicago Central has 2. And East Chicago Central now has gone almost 3 minutes without scoring here in the first quarter. Hiron Edwards now at the top of the key into the corner to Couisnard. He'll fire the tray. Bingo. If they give him that all night long, he's eventually going to make them pay, Chris.
And that's what's going to be wide open against a triangle and 2. It gives the go-ahead for that third score, as we talked about all year long. Couisnard, the great equalizer.
Crossover dribble for Schlotman. Bounce pass on the baseline to Stojic. Back over to Kevin. Schlotman's 3 is good. 46th tray of the season for the 6'2 senior and a 7-3 Munster lead. Go approaching the halfway part of a low-scoring first quarter. Couisnard trying to cut it to 1, and he does!
The interesting part of this triangle and 2 as well as they have it inverted, a 2-1 zone with 2 guys playing man-to-man.
Mandich shot from 15 is no good, and DJ comes down with the rebound for the Cards. East Chicago with a chance to take the lead, and Jefferson shot way off the mark. Hawkins the rebound, he scored, he was fouled! The hoop, the arm, the foul, and a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play for Madison Hawkins.
Albert's Jewelers is Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland's oldest and most trusted jeweler. Trust our family to offer you the highest and best prices for your unwanted jewelry, gold and silver coins, watches, and diamonds of all sizes. You'll be surprised how much it's worth at Albert's. We also buy gold and offer loans on jewelry up to $100,000. Albert's Jewelers has 2 locations to serve you at 711 Main Street in Cherville and South Lake Mall in Maryville. For more information, call the Maryville store at 219-769-1976 and the Cherville location at 219-322-2700 or visit our website at albertsjewelers.com.
Our first lead change of the game. The Cardinals up 9-7 halfway through the first quarter. Now they go on the twilight zone to Luke Hackett. Back outside to Stojic. They turn it over for the first time tonight, and then a foul going to be called on a reach-on on Stojic.
Third team foul, 1 on Stojic, 1 on Mandich, and 1 on Luke Hackett for the Mustangs.
3:54 remaining in the opening stanza. 9-7 lead for the red, white, and blue as Jamar Adams, a 6'1 sophomore, now joins Couisnard in the backcourt for East Chicago. Adams averaging 3 points and 2 rebounds a game off the bench. Now Jefferson backing into Luke Hackett. They're going to call an offensive foul on DJ. Great job by Luke that time, creating position on the low block.
Yeah, easy call that time as Jefferson just put his backside down right into Hackett. I thought he was going to go to a turnaround jump shot. Instead, he tried to bull his way to the basket.
And so far, Luke is kind of frustrating DJ out there on the defensive end. 9-7 lead East Chicago Central, 3:38 remaining in the opening quarter. Schlotman now over to Mandich, back to Kevin. Hiron Edwards right in his mug. Top of the key they go to double deuce. Took it inside, no good. They're going to call a foul on the drive, though, and that's going to send Drew Hackett to the line to shoot two.
Did you know that Levin Tire and Service Center is more than just a tire dealer? They're also a full-service auto repair facility that handles oil changes, brake repairs, alignments, and much more. Family-owned and operated since 1918, Levin's has 7 full-service locations in Northwest Indiana, providing the most personal, professional, and affordable service in the area. No appointment is necessary, so call 800-475-5005 or visit their website at LevinTireCenter.com. Levin Tire Center, Service Center, earning your trust one day at a time since 1918.
Drew Hackett, the leading free throw shooter on Munster at 84%, averaging 17.8 a game. Connor Manis, a 5'11 junior now, will come in to replace Schlotman at point guard for the visitors. So Hackett's free throw cut the lead to 1, and now we'll be looking here for our first tie of the ball game. 3:26 remaining in the opening stanza. Munster had a 4-0 and 7-3 lead to start, and now we're tied at 9. Drew Hackett with 5 of Munster's 9 points. Kuznard in the corner, took the paint off the rim on that one. Stojic the rebound for the Stangs. The southpaw brings it over the timeline, got through the defense and banked it up and in. Nicely done by Adam Stojic. He's got 3.
Well, wasn't much room for him. It wasn't really smooth, but super effective that time for Stojic.
Second lead change of the ball game for the visitors. They lead Jamar Adams wide open, and he walked with the basketball on the right wing. Third turnover on the Cards. But they're just letting them drive into that lane and making sure that they have coverage on both DJ and Hiron. So Manis now has the unenviable task of coming up on Hiron Edwards.
Man-to-man, full court press. Hiron Edwards on the ball.
Good job by Connor to get through. Bounce pass into Mandich, and he drew the foul on the play as Edwards came in from the weak side.
Tech Credit Union can save you money on vehicle financing. Now's your chance to get an annual percentage rate as low as 0.99 for up to 36 months on cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Need a longer term? How about 1.49% for 48 months or just 1.99% for 60 months? New, used, or refinance, you have money-saving options. For details, visit Tech Credit Union online at techcu.org. Contact any branch or call their lending specialist at 800-276-TECH. Tech Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender and is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Rates may change without notice.
Keyshawn Lewis back in replacing Madison Hawkins. One more free throw for the 6'6 senior Mandich, shooting at only 59% from the free throw line, but he got them both for his first 2 points tonight. And Munster has equaled their biggest lead at 4 now at 13-9. Now Jamar Adams nice and kicks it over to Kuznard. Jermaine shake and bake move, banked it up and in off the right side. He has got 8 of the 11 Cardinal points. Stojic now off the right side. A little bit of physical contact over there on the far. Now Drew Hackett will bring it back out. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. Mandich now comes out in the twilight zone, back over to double deuce. Kuznard and Adams try to double down on him, and he took it all the way to the rack. He scored, and he was fouled. No weak side pursuit that time for East Chicago's defense, and Drew Hackett made him pay.
Hackett did a nice job taking a couple body contacts on the dribble drive and finished nicely.
Now is the time to visit Christensen Chevrolet during their March markdown sale. Get great savings on several 2015 Chevy models in stock, including the Cruze, Malibu, and Silverado. Christensen's goal is 100% credit approval, so all credit applications will be accepted. Proudly serving you since 1951 and driving the American dream. Christensen Chevrolet is located at 9700 Indianapolis Boulevard in Highland. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday. Their phone number, 888-999-9141, and the website is christensenchevy.com. Adams committed his second foul on the last exchange, and now East Chicago Central going to get ahead again, and another 2-shot foul as it's on Lewis.
Lewis went up high to try to block a shot after the turnover by Hiron Edwards. East Chicago's fourth.
That was a miss by Drew Hackett, right, Chris, on that last one?
He made it.
Okay.
Now 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Munster now 5 of 7 from the free throw line after that miss by Connor Manis.
He's a 64% free throw shooter, is Connor. One more for the young man, and he splits them. 1:54 remaining here in the first quarter of play. 17-11 lead. Kuznar wide open on the left wing. Uses the glass and banked it up and in. He's on fire tonight. He's got 10. Drew Hackett back the other way with nice rotation, and he makes them pay with a tray.
Yeah, 11 points now for Drew Hackett. 3 of 3 shooting from the free throw line. 2 of 3 from behind the arc.
Now DJ is going to get fouled, and Slotman got the worst of that exchange.
And he'll pick up the foul as well.
Nope, they're going to give it to Nicola
That's
instead.
His second.
Calumet College of St. Joseph is your university of choice for academics and athletics. The 2014 and 15 basketball and wrestling seasons are currently in action. Also new in 2015 is the men's volleyball program, bringing collegiate volleyball back to the region. Crimson Wave Athletics supports over 330 student athletes who combine for a department GPA greater than a 3.0 cumulative. For more information about your future potential and upcoming spring enrollment, go to ccsj.edu. Damian splits the free throw, coming in at 80% this year from the line, and that cuts the Munster lead now down to 6. Schlotman with the basketball up high over to double ones. Stoyek at the left elbow with a wild shot. They're going to call an offensive foul. Great job by Madison Hawkins to help on defense and create the second Munster turnover.
Yeah, I think Hawkins got away with one there. He was moving. It was a forced shot attempt by Munster, which aided the call on the charge. But, however, I thought he was moving a little bit.
20-14 lead for Munster. Both teams going to the bench early and often as Austin Island, a 6'1 senior, averaging 1.3 a game off the bench, will come in. Schlotman with a bloody nose right now on the sideline, right in front of the Munster bench, and he's going to probably have to go to the locker room and get that repaired. John Doherty, the trainer right now, is going to take him and put some ice on that noggin.
Well, that was on that drive by Damian Jefferson when Nikola Mandic picked up his second foul. He's also on the bench now.
Jermaine from the left side hits it off the heel of the rim. Hawkins gets the offensive rebound tip on the play out to Lewis, and they're going to call an offensive foul, saying that Hawkins cleared out on the right side of the lane. Good call. He basically just ran a little bit of an interference play there.
Yep, that's his second foul as well, so he'll join Jamar Adams and Charlie Cleveland, all with 2 for the Cardinals.
Devontae Jones, a 5'11 sophomore, now comes into the backcourt. Gives East Chicago some physical presence in the backcourt line. 1 minute remaining here in the quarter. Munster up by 6 with the basketball. Now Luke Hackett trying to go up and under. Good job of cutting him off. Manis now beats the double team. Nice bounce pass inside on the play to Van Dyke. Here's the long three-pointer, no good on the play by Drew Hackett. And a foul going to be called over the back on Van Dyke as the junior gets hit with his first personal.
That was an awful good look by Drew Hackett. Already hit 2 3-pointers on the night, wide open at the top of the key, left it short.
Right now, I believe that should be one and the bonus here. Well, I checked that. That was their 16th foul. So 1 more to go for Munster here. Both teams almost over the limit already here in the first quarter. So the officials making sure that things don't get out of hand. East Chicago trailing by 6, a half a minute remaining in the stanza. Lewis now on the near corner. Free throw line extended back over to Jermaine. And they'll reset the offense. Now a 3-point attempt by Jefferson off the mark. Offensive rebound. Devontae Jones spins it out. Still 18 seconds remaining in the quarter. In the corner now to Hiron, and he draws the foul on Manis. And that will send the Cardinals to the line. 1 and the bonus, Chris.
Fife Funeral Home, located at 4201 Indianapolis Boulevard in East Chicago, has been family owned and operated in Northwest Indiana since 1898. They offer cremation and burial services, and they also provide for funeral prearrangement and insurance needs. The phone number for Fife Funeral Home in East Chicago is 219-398-3210.
Ryan Knezevich getting some great shots of some of the shoes that are being worn out here tonight. Hiron misses the free throw. That's a rare miss for him on the front end. And the lead is still 6 for Munster with 7 seconds remaining. And now we're going to have the hoop to harm the foul. And a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. And Drew Hackett is having himself a quarter.
Foul be on Jones, his first. Now, Drew Hackett certainly having a big ball game thus far in this first quarter. We thought that was going to be key for the Mustangs to have a chance.
4 for 4 from the line for the young man. 2 seconds remaining. DJ puts up an off-balance shot as he lost control in front of the bench. And the Munster Mustangs with a terrific quarter here in the first 8 minutes of action as they take a 23-14 lead into the second quarter here at the Barato Center. We'll take a 60-second timeout and come back with the second quarter on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports.
State Farm Insurance asks, if you're feeling stuck in a state of compensation stagnation, another year with no raise, then let State Farm help you get to a better state with a discount double check that can stretch your hard-earned dollars a little farther. They'll go through your car insurance to make sure you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Discounts could add up to 40% and put a few hundred extra dollars in your pocket. Discounts may vary state to state. In Griffith, see Ron Pierce at 821 West 45th Street. Call Ron at 924-3311. In Lowell, Aaron Shirkey, 707 East Commercial Avenue. Call Aaron at 690-1100. And in Crown Point, Nikki Ganya at 9141 East 109th Avenue. Call Nikki at 306-4610.
Like a good neighbor,
Well, Chris Adzia, after this first 8 minutes, East Chicago Central was a heavy favorite in this sectional. Somebody forgot to send the memo to the red and white. Munster.
That usually happens in the sectional here, Mike. That's why you play the game. Munster up red hot right now, 3 of 5 from three-point range. Doing a nice job at the free throw line as well, 7 of 10.
Kuznard comes up with the rebound off the Luke Hackett miss. Keyshawn Lewis at the left elbow, and he cuts the lead down to 7. Let's see if the Cardinals have one of their patented runs in them as they've trailed by as much as 9 here in the first half.
Hiron Edwards did not score in that first quarter. Damian Jefferson only with 1.
Drew Hackett top of the key now over to Luke. His junior brother now back over to the senior. 23-16 lead for the Stangs. Drew in the lane, back outside to Schlotman. Now Van Dyke, and a reach-in foul going to be called on Devontae Jones. And that will send the Stangs to the line. 2 fouls now on Cleveland, Devontae Jones and Madison Hawkins in the ballgame.
Find out why Scapel Buick GMC in Maryville has been named Dealer of the Year for the last 5 years. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on the 2015 Buick Enclave or lease a 2015 Buick Encore for only $199 for 24 months. Check out Scapel for more information on these great deals and ask about their $1,500 lease loyalty on all new 2015 Buick models. Experience the Buick difference at Scapel Buick GMC, located at 3209 West Lincoln Highway, just 2 miles west of I-65 on US 30. For more information, call 219-769-6381 or go online at www.scapelbuickgmc.com.
Schlotman extends the lead back over to 9, is into the ballgame now as Darian Reed, number 21 for the Cardinals. Kuznar with a little runner in the lane. Good job of tipping it by Reed. Back over to Jermaine, and he got the shooter's touch for the deuce.
Kuznar now with 12, 4 offensive rebounds for the Cardinals thus far.
Nice job by the sophomore to hit the glass. He averages 3 caroms a ball game. Now Schlotman brings it back outside to Drew Hackett with a left-handed dribble drive. Cut off in the lane. Nice feed over to Van Dyke, and he banked it up and in.
The guys just making plays right now for the Mustangs in red. Little used Van Dyke comes off the bench with Mandich in foul trouble with 2. Doing a nice job.
Now in the corner, Keyshawn back outside to DJ. 27-18 lead. The Munster Mustangs up by 9. Lewis in the corner trying to cut it to 6. Can't get it to go. Van Dyke the rebound for Munster. So far the game plan is working to perfection for Mike Hackett. Drew with a nice pass into Van Dyke for the deuce off the left side. He's got 4 off the bench.
Drew Hackett just playing unbelievable right now.
Now Hiron with the wild move inside, and they draw the block on the play in the lower part of the lane, as Edwards really forced the issue down low, and he drew the foul.
Yeah, he was a little out of control that time. Fortunate to pick up the foul. Look for him to start forcing the issue, though, Mike, and get to the basket.
This spot is sponsored by Schwartz, Retson & Company, a certified public accounting firm serving both businesses and individuals in Northwest Indiana for the last 80 years. Located in Maryville, Schwartz, Retson has a staff of over 30 professionals, making it the largest CPA firm in Northwest Indiana. Schwartz, Retson specializes in audits, reviews, and compilations, tax planning and preparation, accounting services, business and personal financial planning, business valuations, and other requested engagements. Thanks for considering the professionals at Schwartz, Retson for your tax, accounting, and assurance needs. Edwards missed the front end of the one-on-one, still trying to break into the scoring column here this evening. And the fouls now starting to really pile up on the red, white, and blue.
They're starting to foul now out on the court with simple reaches. It'll be on Trayvon Smith. AutoMaster supports their community by sponsoring a portion of today's game. They're located at 6817 Calumet Avenue in Hammond, and they are an ASE certified repair shop specializing in electrical, computer, brake, shock repair, and tune-ups. AutoMasters also does towing. For more information and to schedule an appointment, give AutoMasters a call at 931-2702. We're right in your neighborhood.
15 points now for Drew Hackett, the senior. A perfect 5 for 5 from the line. Munster right now is 11 of 13 in the ball game and make it 12 of 14. He's got 16. And Munster with their biggest lead now at 13. Three-pointer by Kuznard off the heel, no good. Keyshawn Lewis gets the offensive rebound out to Damian Jefferson, and they'll reset. Trying to set a screen up high now for DJ. He's at the left elbow. He'll pop it from 17. He scored, and he was fouled. The hoop to harm the foul, and a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. And that's the first field goal this evening for Damian Jefferson. And financial support for this Cardinals basketball broadcast is brought to you in part by the Foundations of East Chicago. We are dedicated to helping our community through our grant programs, academic scholarships, and overall leadership initiatives. We dedicated ourselves to uplifting, inspiring, and empowering all the residents of East Chicago. Moving together towards a bright future, the Foundations of East Chicago are in and on your corner. For more information, visit our website, www.foundations-e-c. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Foundations-EC.
Well, Luke Hackett picked up his second foul. Damian Jefferson just got a ball screen from the top before that foul. Used it well, went rised above the defense and scored and fouled. He completes a three-point play.
Munster up by 10. They've led from the start. Now a pass comes in, stolen on the play. Turnover number 3 on the Stangs is Hiron. Took it inside. He scored. He was fouled by Manis. And East Chicago Central now starting to put the pedal to the metal here. They've cut it to single digits.
Well, the last couple possessions, Hiron Edwards and Damian Jefferson had the ball in their hands. Of course, that time in the open floor in transition. Edwards awful hard to stop.
He gets, like you said, into the open floor, Chris, and he just smells the basket. And the D1 recruit now trying to complete this three-point play and cut the Munster lead to 7 with 5:13 remaining in the first half, and he does.
His first 3 points of the ball game, Mike.
Yeah, and averaging 24 a contest. Island now up to Van Dyke. Over the timeline, stolen by Keyshawn. 4th turnover on the Stangs, and now the crowd starting to rev up a little bit here in the Verado Center. Lewis in the corner. Southpaw with the basketball. Drives through. Tough shot at the left elbow. Madison almost got the offensive rebound. But Manis comes down with it. Beats the double team over to Schlotman. He's at the top of the key to leave him wide open. He left a three-pointer short. Now Hiron comes back the other way and draws the foul. Again, that quickness as Schlotman gets caught with his fingers in the cookie jar.
There's always a reason to smile when you visit Round the Clock Family Restaurants. In addition to their daily and senior specials, you can also get a free slice of pie with every lunch or dinner entree. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have locations on Lincoln Highway in Cherryville, Indianapolis Boulevard in Highland, 165th Street in Hammond, and on Torrance Avenue in Lansing, Illinois. since 1963, round the clock, has been family-owned and operated business that is proud to support their local high schools. 4
points in the game for Hiram is now Darian Reed back into the contest, replacing Keyshawn Lewis. The senior star guard for East Chicago will get one more, and he'll try to cut this Munster lead now down to 5. Just a couple minutes ago, they trailed by 13. And double ones knocks them both down. He's got 5. So a big turnaround there, Chris, 13-5 as far as the deficit within a couple minutes.
8 points in a row by their 2 stars, Damian Jefferson and Hiram Edwards.
Manis now off the far side to Schlotman. He's at the timeline guarded by Darian Reed. Drew Hackett spinorama move now as Kuznar right up on him defensively. On the baseline it goes to Van Dyke. Nice move on a reverse layup, and the junior now has 6 off the bench.
East Chicago didn't want to foul him down low. Van Dyke just did a great job being very patient with the ball in his hands on the post. Went to the weak side.
Nice move by Jermaine at the left elbow, and he tickles the twine from 15. He now has 14 in the game.
Only a sophomore, Mike, a star in the making, no doubt.
33-28. East Chicago Central's cut it down to 5. Van Dyke over the timeline, now over to Drew Hackett, drives in on Hawkins. Cut off nicely by number 34. Good defense now by Darian Reed as he bothers Schlotman up high. 3:40 remaining in the first half. East Chicago's cut the lead down to 5. Bounce pass inside now on the play. They try to go back door to Hackett. Good job by DJ on the weak side. Both teams are over the double bonus limit, so any foul will result in 2 free throws for each squad. Island on the right side, back over to Drew Hackett. Double deuce cut off nicely by Reed, who's doing a good job on defense. Backdoor cut to Island. In the corner they go to Manis. Connor got away with a walk as they kick it back out.
Got away with a double dribble. He dropped the ball. That should count as a dribble. Then went back to the deck to drive.
Good defense by Hiram now on Drew Hackett with a little baby hook shot. It's going to be an air ball, and it will go to East Chicago. And the Cardinals really turning up the heat in the kitchen defensively.
Now the crowd energized the defensive stance a little bit that time. East Chicago doing a nice job feeding off that energy from the crowd that particular possession.
3 minutes remaining in the half as Hiram brings it over the timeline. He'll pop it from 17, no good. Madison Hawkins got the rebound, tried to get it over to Reed and threw it away.
Well, right idea, but when you're 6'3" and have the size that he has and you have it on the block, your teammates are expecting you to go up with it.
Timeout in the court with 2:53 remaining. We'll keep it right here. 33-28 Munster with 2:53 remaining in the first half. And when safety, quality, and convenience matter, there's no better choice than Glass America, located in Maryville. They offer auto glass and windshield repair and replacement, offering a lifetime warranty and same-day service on auto glass, and they are approved by all insurance companies and accept all major credit cards. For Glass America location closest to you, call 219-738-2590 or visit Glass America's website at www.glassusa.com.
Attorney Lonnie Randolph supports his community by sponsoring a portion of East Chicago Central Cardinals basketball on regional radio sports and RRSN.com. Attorney Randolph specializes in trial, criminal, civil, personal injury, and property issues. His law office is located at 1919 East Columbus Drive in East Chicago. For more information and to schedule an appointment, give Lonnie a call at 219-397-5531.
Break out the defibrillator. 2:48 remaining in the first half. Munster 33, Chicago Central 28. Schlotman up high, now over to Drew Hackett. Left-handed shovel pass over to Luke Hackett. Back to double deuce. Drew's three is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net from 23 feet. He's got 19.
Great job out of the timeout. Execution. Get the ball into your leading scorer's hands and execute.
They double down now on Jefferson with Mandich coming over on the weak side, and now they throw it away again. They're trying to go across court on that junk defense that Mike Hackett is throwing at him right now, Chris, and it's 6 turnovers now on the red, white, and blue.
Well, with this little run by East Chicago, it forced Mike Hackett to bring back in Nikola Mandich with those 2 fouls. He's back in the ballgame.
So is Stojic as well. 2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Drew Hackett cut off nicely by Darian Reed, and they just threw the ball away, and it's going to be a backcourt violation, actually just an errant pass. I got Munster with 5 turnovers now, Chris.
I do as well. For the most part, doing a nice job taking care of the ball, attacking the basket, getting to the free throw line. They've been there 14 times already.
Mike Hackett discussing dinner plans with the men in black and white, striped. Now Germain with a nice drive in. They're going to call an offensive foul on JC. Great job by Adam Ostojic, getting the 7th turnover on the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was an easy one to call. A lot of times those are bang-bang calls. Can go either way. That time very easy for the official on the baseline to make the charging call.
So Munster up by 8 with the basketball with $1:48 remaining in the first half. Man-to-man defense by East Chicago Central. Ostojic up high with a bounce pass in between the rings to Mandic. Looking for Ostojic backdoor. Good job by Kuznard defensively. Drew Hackett from 17, no good. And the rebound down to Kuznard for the Cards.
Good closeout by Madison Hawkins on the shooter that time. He switched off.
Hiron took it up strong, and he drew the foul. And he will go to the line to shoot a couple free throws. Coach Hackett again pleading for the principle of verticality with Van Dyke, but he's not going to get it.
He's pleading, Mike, because that's number 3 on Nikola Mandic. That's a huge foul for the Mustangs.
Ogren Insurance Company offers all lines of insurance, including home, auto, business, health, and financial planning. They're located at 6929 Holman Avenue in Hammond, and they've served Northwest Indiana with insurance plans that best fit your needs since 1947. For more information, give them a call at 933-0076 or visit them on the web at www.ogreninsurance.com. That's Ogren Insurance, excellent service and competitive prices. Edwards splits the free throws. That broke a string of 3 in a row. He now has 6 tonight.
He's only 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Normally an 83% free throw shooter.
And now Edwards is going to get, they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Munster on a hook there by Schlottman after he got his pocket picked. So that'll be a Munster turnover and then a foul on Kevin.
I thought they were whistling Edwards on the reach in, but his quick hands got all ball and then was fouled quickly by Schlottman, his second.
Good call there by Tim Smith. 1:11 remaining now in the first half. East Chicago trailing by 7, 36-29. And now a steal on the play by Drew Hackett. 4 turnover in each quarter now for East Chicago, 8 in the ball game. Less than a minute remaining here in the first half. Drew Hackett guarded by Darian Reed. Now Antonio Van Dyke steal. Good job by DJ, and I think he may have twisted the ankle there on the far side. Gets up very lame, trying to walk it off.
Well, he hasn't had a lot of touches on the offensive end. That's one way to get the ball in your hands, just to go get it on the defensive end. Great effort by DJ.
Boy, he just got caught between there as far as his steps. That could have been a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, a little bit off balance as he made a little bit of contact with the offensive player.
47 seconds remaining here in the first half. And they're going to call a holding foul now on East Chicago Central. And that's going to result in some free throws here on the foul on Darian Reed. And Petros Restaurant, located at 6525 Indianapolis Boulevard, across from Carson's in Hammond, is a perfect place to go anytime for a great meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Their dinner menu includes great tasting steaks, chicken, and fresh seafood, and they also offer daily specials. For carryouts, give them a call at 844-5751.
Hackett connects on the free throws. Tyron Edwards walks the ball up against Schlottman here for the Chicago Central Cardinals.
34 seconds remaining. Kuznar with a long three-pointer. He left it short. And Drew Hackett the rebound, and then he gets fouled by Damian Jefferson in the backcourt.
A silly foul starting to add up now on East Chicago, continually sending Drew Hackett back to the free throw line. Recipe for disaster.
Yeah, he'll continue to bring them down and put them in the hole if you keep giving them opportunities. Financial support for this Cardinals basketball broadcast is provided by the Foundations of East Chicago, dedicated to helping our community through our grant programs, academic scholarships, and overall leadership initiatives. we have dedicated ourselves to uplifting, inspiring, and empowering all the residents of East Chicago, moving together towards a bright future. The Foundations of East Chicago are in and on your corner. For more information, visit our website at www.foundations-e-c.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Foundations-EC.
A little bit of an issue here with both coaches yelling at each other. The officiating staff's going to bring them together.
And now Abe Brown gets a technical, as does Mike Hackett. So both of them get teed up on the play. You got to stay within that box. Yeah. And right now the officials are trying to take control of this basketball game.
What, Mike Hackett, real outspoken about all of the troubles that happened with Griffith in Hammond High. Kind of loses his composure right there in a big sectional championship game. He's still going to go back and talk to Kevin Keene a little bit as well.
.8 seconds remaining in the first half. It's 40-29. Munster over East Chicago Central. And, you could just tell when the coach is in the zone before the ball game, Chris, and doing the pregame interview with him, he was certainly very accommodating, but very short with his answers because you could just tell that the intensity was ratcheted up.
Certainly no love lost between these two programs over the last 30 years. It's been tight. East Chicago 13-10 in the last 23 games against the Mustangs.
Kuznard, three-pointer. It's going to be a three-shot foul. Is getting nailed is going to be Luke Hackett. And with the clock stopped and an opportunity now for East Chicago to cut that lead to single digits.
That'll be Luke's third foul. Kuznard with 14 points on the game in this first half will go to the line for three.
Well, I tell you what, there's going to possibly be some bench players that are going to play prominent roles down the stretch in this ball game if things stay at this particular pace foul-wise.
15 fouls have been whistled on East Chicago. That's the 12th on Munster.
Kuznard trying to add his 16th point, and he does, and now he'll try to go with the hat trick here and cut the lead down to single digits. And he certainly has done that just now as Luke Hackett comes out of the lineup along with Mandich. They want to make sure Nicola doesn't pick up his fourth. Kuznard 2 for 2 from the line, Chris.
Yeah, Mike, 3 fouls apiece on Luke Hackett and Nicola Mandich.
So the hat trick by Kuznard. He's got 17. Trying to keep East Chicago in this one. 40-32 lead for the Stanks. 17 seconds remaining here in the half. Drew Hackett with the basketball. Between the leg dribble now, brings it back to the center. He better hurry up, though, because they got the 5-second call over there on Schlotman. As they do the double down, and they're going to call a foul on the play on Hiron Edwards.
Should be his second. Again, you have a player on the sideline with 2.7 remaining. You bailed him out by fouling, just getting a little bit too aggressive on the defensive end. A lot of players from East Chicago really frustrated, Mike. You see a lot of them talking back and forth with each other, with the referees, palms in the air.
Luke Pillarella, a 5'11 junior, averaging 0.9 a game now into the lineup. 41-32 Munster, trying to make it a 10-point lead. And they do so as Schlotman now has 7. At the buzzer, Keyshawn Lewis took the paint off the rim on that one. And that will complete the first half of action here at the Barado Center. And the Munster Mustangs certainly have come out to play tonight as they lead the number 9 team in the state of Indiana by 10 here at half. It's Munster 42 and East Chicago Central 32. We will take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with our halftime report and much more. You are listening and watching award-winning coverage of student athletes on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports.
Looking to start a new career at a cutting-edge, exciting, and globally competitive company? Enroll in Steelworker for the Future, a 2.5-year associate degree program offered at select community colleges, and you'll be prepared for a high-paying career at ArcelorMittal, the world's leading steel company. Graduates may be hired as maintenance technicians, earning an average of $90,000 per year, plus benefits. Your future with the leader in steel starts now. Visit steelworkerforthefuture.com today.
There's always on the gym where it's either put up or shut up. We were yelling our hearts out. Even in our weakness, even in our pain, we continue to push. I don't know where the pain went to, but all I know is that I had what it took. I am a United States Marine.
PFC Darrell Willis serves his country as a Marine. Will you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINE.
Centaur Bank has been named a 2013 top 3 best place to work in Indiana by the Indiana Chamber of Commerce, and they couldn't have done it without the trust, loyalty, and friendship of you, their valued customers. In return, they work hard to give you solid financial answers and outstanding customer service. Together with the community, they create one great place to work and bank. Centaur Bank, member FDIC.
Mike Knezovich along with Chris Adzia. Ryan Knezovich doing a great job with our camera work throughout the evening. We've had 16 minutes of Rock'em Sock'em Class 4A sectional championship action in the books here this evening. 42-32 lead for the Munster Mustangs as they try to pull off the upset here, Chris, and you've got a scoreboard update from over at the Maryville sectional.
Maryville will punch their ticket to the Michigan City, or just did punch their ticket to the Michigan City Regional. Big win over the Chesterton Trojans, 63-42. Congratulations to Coach Clint Swan, his coaching staff, and the entire Bulldog program. Also punching their ticket into the regional round in the Class 1A sectional, and they'll play in the Triton Regional. That's state-ranked Marquette Catholic Blazers trying to defend their state championship in 1A. They were big winners against Washington Township, downing the Senators 78-50.
Yeah, I kind of figured that, Chris, as we had a chance to take a look at the Blazers. Thank you very much. This is good. We're good. Thank you. And we got our first half numbers here, Chris, with a 10-point lead for the Munster Mustangs, and a very impressive performance so far. But as you know, 16 minutes ain't 32.
Well, that's the easy half right there, and that's what you're telling your ball club if you're Mike Hackett. But they played an outstanding first 16 minutes of the ball game. They were led in scoring by Drew Hackett, who had 23 points. He was 10 of 10 from the free throw line, 3 of 6 from behind the three-point line. They also got scoring contribution from 6 other players. Kevin Schlotman had 5 points. Antoine Van Dyke had 6 points off the bench, 3 points from Adam Ostojic, 2 points apiece from Nikola Mandic and Luke Pillarella, and 1 point off the bench from Connor Manos. The Munster Mustangs were 15 of 18 from the free throw line, 4 of 8 from behind the arc, and finished that first half with 6 turnovers. The East Chicago Central Cardinals struggled on the offensive end. They were led in scoring by Jermaine Kuznard, who did not struggle on the offensive end. He had 17 points, 3 of 3 shooting from the free throw line, and 2 of 6 from behind the arc. 6 points from Hiron Edwards, all in the second quarter. 4 points from Damian Jefferson, 3 points from Madison Hawkins off the bench, and 2 points from Keyshawn Lewis. East Chicago Central is 10 of 14 from the free throw line, 2 of 12 from behind the arc. Finished the first half with 8 turnovers and 6 offensive rebounds. Rebound stats look this way, Mike. East Chicago winning that battle 16-13. Overall, shooting percentages for Munster in that first half are red hot, 10 of 19 overall, 52.6%. As we said, 4 of 8 from the free throw line for 50%. And 15 of 18 from the free throw line. East Chicago 10 of 27 for 37%. The official stats had them 2 of 13 from behind the arc for 15.4% and 10 of 14, as we said, for 71.4% from the free throw line, Mike.
Financial support for this Cardinals basketball broadcast is provided in part by the Foundations of East Chicago. We are dedicated to helping our community through our grant programs, academic scholarships, as well as overall leadership initiatives. We have dedicated ourselves to uplifting, inspiring, and empowering all the residents of East Chicago. Moving together towards a bright future, the Foundations of East Chicago, we're in and on your corner. For more information, visit our website at www.foundations-e-c.org. So congratulations to Clint Swan. I believe that's his second sectional championship, Chris, that he's been able to garner, and terrific job of rallying the troops there and beating a Chesterton team that was certainly coming off of a high in an overtime win over Maryville.
Chesterton has played so well this week. Big win, an easy win, considering playing against a tough Michigan City team on Wednesday. The Chesterton looked really impressive. They fell down early to Maryville and big yesterday before coming back, winning in overtime, and they fell down today. Sounds like Crown Point just red hot from outside the three-point line once again, and Crown Point playing their best basketball of the year right now at the time you want to play. Second sectional title for Clint Swan at Crown Point, first since 2008. Congratulations once again to the Bulldogs. A team we've been able to follow throughout the years here, Mike, and you can't say enough about the job that coach has done over there.
Oh, no doubt about that, and also a great job as well in the first half here by Mike Hackett and the Munster Mustangs as they come back onto the floor right now, Chris. And tell you what, boy, I tell you, right now, Drew Hackett certainly does not want to end his career out here this evening, and he is single-handedly right now trying to keep this Munster Mustang team in the hunt for a sectional championship.
Well, we talked about a couple things coming into this ball game, Mike. Number one, I thought Munster had to control the pace. Other than a couple really quick shots, they've been able to do that and execute that part of the game plan. The two quick shots that they did take and missed led to breakouts for East Chicago on the other end. The second thing we thought needed to happen was Drew Hackett have a big night. He certainly has done that through 16. Can he do it for another 16 for the Munster Mustangs? And, you know, the third thing that has to happen in terms of adjustments, if you're A. Brown, is find some way to attack that triangle and two defense that's inverted for the most part, playing a 2-1 zone with man-to-man defenders on Hiron Edwards and Damian Jefferson. It's been pretty effective throughout the game.
If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, stop by Christensen Chevrolet in Highland during their March Markdown event. Check out the huge savings on several 2015 Chevys in stock, or shop in comfort in their huge showroom with nearly 100 used models available. Located at 9700 Indianapolis Boulevard, Christensen's phone number is 888-999-9141, and the website is www.christensenchevy.com. Christensen Chevrolet, driving the American dream and proudly serving you since 1951. We're about a minute toward the third quarter of play. And I tell you what, Chris, you could not pay me all the tea in China to be an official in this ball game, because it certainly is very intense out there on the hardwood.
East Chicago really is a physically mature team in terms of their body makeup. They're very quick. They play physically with that quickness, so you know it's going to be a physical game every time East Chicago steps out on the court. Munster's not going to back down from you, and throughout the years have been a physical team in their own right. You know, although sometimes they look very finesseful with their efficiency on the offensive end. Make no mistake about it. They're a competitive group and a very physical ball club as well. You saw the fiery coaches kind of exchange some words here in front of the scorer's table, both get technicals. It's been chippy throughout this first half.
Charlie Cleveland, Keyshawn Lewis, Damian Jefferson, Hiron Edwards, and Jermaine Cousinard come out to start the second half for East Chicago. You know, if you noticed or not too, Chris, both DJ and Hiron shunning the headbands to start the second half here, so they've certainly rolled up the sleeves and they're ready to go to work. Munster will come out with Schlotman along with Luke Hackett, Adam Stojic, Drew Hackett, Nikola Mandic, who's playing with those 3 fouls, along with the aforementioned Kevin Schlotman. 42-32, a 10-point lead for Munster as we start the second half of play. Kuznar trying to cut it to 7, and he does! 20 points in the game for the sophomore, and he certainly is coming up big time here tonight. Boy, that's a great start for East Chicago Central here.
Now look for East Chicago to attack the basket a little more this half as well.
Schlotman in the corner trying to equalize it with a 3, couldn't get it to go, and it was tipped out of bounds off the Cardinals.
First offensive rebound for the Munster Mustangs on my score sheet unofficially. Call that a team rebound, get a second chance opportunity here.
Try to keep you updated on scores from across the state as now Drew Hackett took it inside, did not draw iron on the shot, and DJ comes down with the rebound. In the corner to Kuznar, and the sophomore really feeling it right now. He's got 23, and the Cardinals are within 4.
That brings the Cardinals fans to their feet. You know, East Chicago feeds off that emotion they get from the crowd.
Ball deflected inside to Mandic, who took it up strong, couldn't get it to go. And the rebound down to guess who? Jermaine Kuznar. We got a major upset in 4A to tell you about. Damian Jefferson in the corner to Lewis. Here's Lewis, Kuznar again. This time he couldn't get it to go. That would have blew the roof off of this place.
He checked there. He got another good look. One more pass that time along the baseline by East Chicago. Was effective. He just couldn't knock it down.
Mandic gets the feed, and then he traveled with the basketball. Turnover number 7 on Munster. Final score from the Palace in Osceola. South Bend Riley 74, Penn 69. That is a huge upset.
10th win for South Bend Riley. That's big for the Michigan City Regional as this sectional feeds into that particular regional.
Charlie Cleveland left wide open, and he nails the shot from 15. And now the Cards are within 2, and the fans on their feet.
Wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall in that East Chicago locker room to hear what Coach A. Brown had to say?
Mandic now off the right side to Luke Hackett. Drew now on the baseline to Adam Stojic, and he got the reverse layup for the answer.
Quick release on the reverse that time by Stojic. I thought he was going to kick it out to the opposite wing, and he just quickly flipped it over his head. Nice strong move.
Used the basket to keep the defender away from his left hand. 44-40 Munster. 5:37 remaining. Trying to cut it to one as DJ couldn't get it to go. And the rebound down to Stojic.
Yeah, Munster still in that triangle and 2, inverted 2-1 zone. And why not?
Adam took it in strong and missed the shot over Lewis. Great defense by the sophomores. Cleveland got the rebound. Now DJ lost control and turned it over. 9th miscue now on the Cards. Back the other way as Luke Hackett couldn't get it to go. Tip attempt by Mandic. Picked back up by Stojic, and he scores. 46-40. Kuznar trying to cut it in half, couldn't get it to go. And the ball was knocked out of bounds off of Cleveland. And it will go to Munster as Madison Hawkins back into the lineup. And he'll replace C-squared.
Now Kuznar now missed his last 2 3-point attempts. I'd like to see him start driving a little bit now after missing 2. You hit 2 in a row. I understand the third attempt, kind of a heat check type of situation. Now he's missed 2 in a row.
46-40 lead for Munster. 4:51 remaining in the third. Drew Hackett, left side free throw line extended. Got a half a step on the defense. Back over now to Adam Stojic. Bounce pants into Mandic. Took it up strong. Missed the bunny. And Hawkins the rebound for the Cards. Now Jermaine Kuznar, coast to coast, and he banked it up and in. And the sophomore playing in prime time here now with 27 tonight.
Well, there's that little head and shoulder fake off the dribble from the top. Froze the defender just enough to get by him. Nice little head and shoulder fake.
Munster's lead back down to 4. Top of the key, Luke Hackett, a wide open three, couldn't get it to go. His brother Drew gets the offensive rebound. Weak side pass to Schlotman, and he tickles the twine from 22.
That's the same spot. Schlotman a few possessions ago missed a shot, got another great look. Second chance opportunity again for the Mustangs.
Kuznard feeling it from the outside as he tickles the twine from 23. They traded back and forth, 49-45. What a ball game.
28 points by Jermaine Kuznard, Mike.
Drew Hackett trying to answer with a tray. Rebound down low by Stojic, and he got absolutely mugged, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Attorney Lonnie Randolph supports his community by sponsoring a portion of East Chicago Central Cardinals basketball on Regional Radio Sports and RRSN.com. Attorney Randolph specializes in trial, criminal, civil, personal injury, and property issues. His law office is located at 1919 East Columbus Drive in East Chicago. For more information and to schedule an appointment, give Lonnie a call at 219-397-5531.
Stojic 1 for 2 so far for the line. Make it 2 for 3. He's got 5 in the quarter, 8 in the ball game. Meanwhile, Munster's going to take a timeout here with 3:32 remaining in the third quarter. Munster up by a score of 50-45, Chris.
Nitco and Dish team up. Triple play Nitco Dish services are now available in your own backyard, and your home team will love it. They'll enjoy fast broadband internet, voice communication with landline reliability, and Dish television with Hopper that allows you to skip through annoying TV commercials and watch your TV anytime, anywhere. Make the switch today and start saving big. Fast, reliable, local, Nitco connected, always. Call 219-996-2981 or visit www.nitco.com for more information.
Ogren Insurance Company offers all lines of insurance, including home, auto, business, health, and financial planning. They're located at 6929 Holman Avenue in Hammond, and they've served Northwest Indiana with insurance plans that fit your needs since 1947. For more information, give them a call at 933-0076 or visit them on the web, www.ogreninsurance.com. That's Ogren Insurance. Excellent service and competitive prices. So Stojic hits the second free throw. He's got 9. Wide open in the corner is Lewis. He missed the shot and did not follow his rebound. And now Hackett is able to catch up with the basketball, and Luke scores.
Caught East Chicago sleeping, never got back.
Kuznard came right back. Speaking of keeping him asleep and at the wheel there defensively. And a great job by the sophomore to cut the lead back down to 6.
Kuznard now with 30 on the ball game, Mike.
Hackett missed the shot. Attempt there by Mandich, and Kuznard another rebound.
30 points here with 2:52 remaining in the third quarter, and he's their third leading scorer.
The young man trying to do it for the Center Bank Performer of the game. Keyshawn Lewis off the feed from Kuznard nails it. And we've got a one-possession ball game. 53-50 Munster. 2:35 remaining here in the third quarter. Schlotman now over, and Madison Hawkins is going to get called for the foul, his third. That's only the second foul here on both teams in the second half.
Hiron Edwards picked up his third foul earlier as well. Nate Brown's going to take a timeout. It's a full.
We're going to keep it right here and thank Albert's Jewelers.
Albert's Jewelers is Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland's oldest and most trusted jeweler. Trust our family to offer you the highest and best prices for your unwanted jewelry, gold and silver coins, watches, and diamonds of all sizes. You'll be surprised how much it's worth at Albert's. We also buy gold and offer loans on jewelry up to $100,000. Albert's Jewelers has 2 locations to serve you at 711 Main Street in Sherrville and South Lake Mall in Maryville. For more information, call the Maryville store at 219-769-1976, the Sherrville location at 219-322-2700, or visit our website at www.albertsjewelers.com.
53-50 Munster over East Chicago with 2:28 remaining here in the third quarter. And when safety, quality, and convenience matter, there's no better choice than Glass America, located in Maryville. They offer auto, glass, and windshield repair and replacement, offering a lifetime warranty and same-day service on auto glass, and they are approved by all insurance companies and accept all major credit cards. For the Glass America location closest to you, call 219-738-2590 or visit Glass America's website at www.glassusa.com. Got some more finals coming in as well. Carmel was able to sneak by Hamilton Southeastern. I'll give you the final there in a second. 2:28 remaining here in the third quarter. Munster up by 3 with the basketball. Schlotman driving on Edwards. Top of the key to Nikola Mandich. 53-50 Munster. 2:16 remaining. They've got Hackett with the tray, and he tickles the twine, and he makes them pay with the tray.
Yeah, can't give him much room. And he didn't have much, but got rid of it quickly. Got a nice pick up top from Mandich.
He's got 28, including 4 threes from the outside. 56-50, and now the Cardinals with an unforced error, their 10th of the ball game. Huge turnover on the red, white, and blue. 56-50 Munster, 1:48 remaining as Stojic took it into the double team. It was deflected out of bounds off East Chicago Central.
Yeah, a lot of fouls called in that first half, Mike, as you said. Only 2 thus far this quarter with 1:43 remaining.
Letting them play. Drew Hackett now on Couisnard as the 2-star offensive players go at it, and Germain will draw the foul, his second. Petro's Restaurant, located at 6525 Indianapolis Boulevard, across from Carson's in Hammond, is the perfect place to go anytime for a great meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Their dinner menu includes great tasting steaks, chicken, and fresh seafood. They also offer daily specials. For carryouts, give them a call, 219-844-5951.
At Levin Tire and Service Center, they only use the highest quality parts and state-of-the-art equipment. The mechanics are ASE certified, and they're part of the Goodyear Tire and Service Network, which guarantees their work at more than 2,000 locations nationwide. No appointment is necessary, so visit one of their 7 locations in Northwest Indiana today for car care that is guaranteed. For more information, call 800-475-5005 or visit www.levintirecenter.com. Since 1918, Levin Tire and Service Center has been earning your trust one day at a time.
First miss from the free throw line tonight by Drew Hackett is now Mandich will come out replaced by Van Dyke for Munster. 1:40 remaining in the third quarter. Munster up by 6, trying to make it 7, and they do.
They'll give him 29 on the night.
Him and Couisnard flirting with 30-plus this evening. Now Lewis lost control of the basketball, but Manis walked with it. So both teams turned the basketball over there in the third quarter.
Number 11 on East Chicago, only 8 on Munster on my score sheet. Do you agree with that as well, Mike?
I do. Hiron now driving in, lost it to Manis. Good job by Hawkins to bail him out. Hiron takes the tray, goes over the backboard, and then it went out of bounds. Official made the call there. So we'll go to Munster.
Yeah, Hiron Edwards and Damian Jefferson combined for 10 points thus far on the night. Just not much flow. They don't look very comfortable in the offensive end.
Top of the key now to Drew Hackett. Fadeaway jump shot over Hiron Edwards, no good. And the rebound picked up by Stojic as he was able to get back in bounds and flip it back outside to Manis. Bounce pass over to Schlotman for the tray. He got a good look, couldn't get it to go. DJ with the rebound for the Cardinals. Jefferson takes it up, rejected, but a blocking foul is going to be called on Munster, and that'll be a 2-shot foul for the junior for the Cards as the foul is on Van Dyke.
Tech Credit Union can save you money on vehicle financing. Now's your chance to get an annual percentage rate as low as 0.99 for up to 36 months on cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Need a longer term? How about 1.49% for 48 months or just 1.99% for 60 months? New, used, or refinance, you have money-saving options. For details, visit Tech Credit Union online at techcu.org. Contact any branch or call their lending specialist at 800-276-TECH. Tech Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender and is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Rates may change without notice.
Now Stojic goes coast to coast for the layup. No defense there by East Chicago off the weak side. He's got 11. 59-52 Munster. Couisnard trying to bring East Chicago back on his own. Ball knocked out of bounds by Munster. With 30.9 ticks of the clock remaining here in the third stanza. Seems like East Chicago, every time they get it down to about 5 or 7, Munster's got that extra boost, Chris.
Yeah, Munster's done a nice job playing with this lead, not playing tight at all.
Nice job by Lewis to get the offensive rebound, and they're going to call a foul on the floor on Munster, as Luke Hackett, I believe, is going to get called. No, check that. It'll be on Connor Manis, his third. So Drew Hackett with 29 to lead Munster. As Lewis now at the left elbow throws up a bad shot. Good defense. Nice pass by Hackett over to Stojic. He got tripped on the play and no call. Jefferson got away with that one, and now Hawkins comes back and scores. He's got 5. That's a huge 4-point turnaround there.
Big turn of events there for the Cardinals as time's going to roll out here in the third quarter.
So Munster holds on to the lead at 59 to 54 as we head to the fourth quarter of play in this basketball game. Calumet College of St. Joseph has the lowest tuition of any private college in Indiana. It offers traditional programs with flexible class schedules, accelerated programs to help adults earn their bachelor's degree in as little as 12 months, and master's programs specifically designed for working adults. Make CCSJ your university of choice. For more information on your future potential and upcoming spring enrollment, check out the website at ccsj.edu. East Chicago Central with a 22-point third quarter there, and Munster with only 17, so the Cardinals were able to cut 5 points off that lead. 30 points in the game for Jermaine Couisnard to lead all scorers, 29 for Drew Hackett for Munster. I've got East Chicago 12 of 15 from the line with 11 turnovers heading into the final stanza. We mentioned Munster with 8 turnovers in the ball game. Adam Stojic along with Kevin Schlotman and Hackett in double-digit scoring for Munster. Munster on the day has made 21 of 25 free throws, 24 free throws. Unofficially. Now Mandich takes it in strong, rejected by Couisnard. They say jump ball, alternate possession will go to the Cardinals.
Well, down 5 here, East Chicago. Look for them to attack the basket, turn up the pressure a little bit on the ball defensively with some more pressure in their man-to-man defense.
Carmel won that game against Hamilton Southeastern 51-44. Lawrence North knocks off Indianapolis Tech 67-46. And Southport still cannot get over the hump on Pike as the Red Devils win it 49-48.
Southport was a highly ranked team, I believe number 3 in the final poll.
Lewis left the shot short. This time he followed his rebound, but they're going to call a foul on the Cardinals. And it will be on Madison Hawkins, and that's number 4 now on the senior.
I got to believe that Hiron Edwards is going to try to get the ball in his hands a little bit more in this final stanza as well. And he'll get some more looks at the basket than we've seen.
You just kind of wonder,
3.
Chris, when Munster is going to go to the 4-corner. Too early yet, but they're up by 5 with 7.5 remaining. Both teams still very far away from sending each other to the line, one in the bonus. Nikola Mandich over to Hackett, and he banked it up and in on a nice runner in the lane. 31 now for Drew. 61-54. Now DJ with a move, and he got fouled. And Jefferson will go to the line to shoot 2.
Fife Funeral Home, located at 4201 Indianapolis Boulevard in East Chicago, has been family-owned and operated in Northwest Indiana since 1898. They offer cremation and burial services, and they also provide for funeral prearrangement and insurance needs. The phone number for Fife Funeral Home in East Chicago is 219-398-3210.
Bloomington South wins the matchup of Bloomington as they knock off North 57-42. New Albany all over Bedford North Lawrence 79-33. Number 1 Evansville Reitz is playing Evansville Harrison as we speak. Griffith Panthers all over Clark tonight as they win that one by 31, 76-45.
Jefferson splits the free throws. Munster now up 61-55. 7 minutes remaining in this one.
1 minute gone here in the quarter is now a Stojic drives through the defense, kicks it over to Connor Mattis, back to Adam. Flash pass inside to Nikola Mandic for the deuce.
It's too easy that time for Mandic inside. Looked like a tight end sitting in his own.
Now Hiron's going to get fouled on the floor.
That will be 4 on Mandic. Common foul, only the team's 4th foul of this half.
All kinds of upsets in Michiana this evening, Chris. Undefeated Mishawaka Marion losing to South Bend St. Joseph's 66-55. Cleveland left that shot short as Mannis comes down with the rebound for Munster.
Mishawaka Marion, number 1 in 3A, pretty much the entire year. Looked to be a shoo-in, at least to get to semi-state.
Nice pass by Mannis over to a Stojic, and Abe Brown wants to take a timeout here. 15 in the game now for a Stojic, and Munster back up by 10, 65-55, Chris.
Now is the time to visit Scapel Buick GMC in Maryville. Right now you can lease a 2015 GMC Terrain for just $199 a month for 24 months. Stop by Scapel for more details on this and other great deals, like their $1,500 lease loyalty on all new 2015 GMC models. Introducing GMC, the next generation of professional-grade vehicles, and see why Scapel Buick GMC was named the 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2014 Dealer of the Year. Visit them at 3209 West Lincoln Highway, just 2 miles west of I-65 on US 30. Call 219-769-6381 or go online at ScapelBuickGMC.com for more information.
Let's take a look at that 2A regional over at North Judson. The sectional at Hebron. Knoll knocks off Hebron by 20, 67-47. And Winnemac defeats Rensselaer Central 54-50 in overtime. Charlie Cleveland now muscling his way inside, and he banked it up and in for the deuce. Charlie now with 4 in the game, and it's 65-57 Munster with 2 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Nikola Mandic now up high, picks up a screen on the play from Mandic. Back outside, head and shoulder fake by Hackett, got his pocket picked. The ball went off a Hiron out of bounds.
That's nitty-gritty time right now for the Cardinals, Mike.
They're not used to this situation.
No,
they haven't been for the last 14 games. Got to step up right now on the defensive end as a foul is going to be called on Darian Reed. That'll be the 15th foul. Meanwhile, in Class 1A, Tri-County defeats Pioneer tonight 69-55 to win the West Central sectional. Oregon Davis wins the Triton sectional, defeating homestanding Triton 38-34. Hackett's jump shot is woefully short, and now we've got a foul called in the backcourt on Munster, and it will be on Nikola Mandic. Boy, this has certainly been a night of upsets, and we could be experiencing one right here at the Barato Center, Chris.
Yeah, this would be a really big one here too, Mike. It's been a great game on the Munster Mustangs' part. That's Mandic's 4th, so he'll come to the bench.
Liberty Christian continues to roll in 1A. They're the team that Marquette Catholic beat over at Lafayette last year. They defeat Monroe Central by 17, 62-45. 5:38 remaining in this one. Munster's up by 8, 65-57. Hiron Edwards now driving in, and he threw it away as he tapped it out of bounds. And right now, East Chicago Central starting to see it slip away here with 5.5 remaining.
Just completely out of sync all night long has Hiron Edwards and Damian Jefferson. I still think Hiron Edwards is going to hit a couple big shots here before this one's over.
Schlotman brings it over the midcourt stripe. Munster up by 8 with the basketball. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining. Stojic guarded out there by Damian Jefferson, coast to coast. Couldn't get it to go. The ball deflected out of bounds off the Cardinals.
A nice drive by Stojic. He goes to his left hand nicely along that left side.
East Chicago bench telling him to watch out for the alley-oop. Van Dyke creates the pass on the play, and it's stolen by Couisnard. Turnover number 9 on Munster. Germain coast to coast, and he kissed it off the glass. He's got 32. 65-59. It's a two-possession game, and we're approaching the halfway part of the fourth quarter. And now an offensive foul called on a clear-out on Schlotman.
10th offensive turnover. Hiram Edwards certainly was not set. He was moving. They ruled that Schlotman extended his left arm, his off arm, picked up the foul. Big possession here for the Chicago Central Cardinals.
Hiram into the lane, pass down on the baseline to Charlie. He gets tied up, and they end up getting a timeout without possession of the basketball. I think the Cardinals got a break on that one as the ball was rolling around on the floor. Guerin Catholic wins their game tonight as they defeat Indianapolis Marshall. Holba had a real nice game the other night. Guerin Catholic 58, Indianapolis Marshall 39.
With locations in Schererville, Highland, Hammond, and Lansing, Illinois, there's always reason to smile when you visit round-the-clock family restaurants. In addition to serving breakfast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they also offer a free slice of pie with every lunch and dinner entree. In business since 1963, Round the Clock is a family-owned and operated restaurant that's proud to support their local high schools.
This spot is sponsored by Schwartz Retson & Company, a certified public accounting firm serving both businesses and individuals in Northwest Indiana over the last 80 years. Schwartz Retson prides itself on being able to provide high-quality tax accounting and assurance services to Northwest Indiana at reasonable rates. Schwartz Retson has helped clients through various changing economies and business environments over recent years. They strive to provide outstanding customer service to all their clients. Thanks for considering the professionals at Schwartz Retson for your tax accounting and assurance needs.
That's a two-man zone now for Munster. Three guys playing man-to-man as Hiram Edwards gets to the basket.
You talked about it, Chris. The young man, you knew he's going to come up with a big play here. He's had an off night, but he certainly isn't going to have any quit in that senior frame.
But once again, Mike, Munster's played the triangle and two all night. Couisnard's big night now has forced them to go man-to-man on three players, and the other two are playing a two-man zone.
Do you have 11 now for Hiram?
I have 9 for Hiram.
Okay, yeah, so that I did get his basket there. So it's a one-possession game right now, Chris. Halfway through the fourth quarter, the Cardinals certainly are not going away.
Well, this takes the four corners a little bit more out of question here as we approach the 4-minute mark for the Mustangs.
Drew Hackett now drives in. He lost control, but Schlotman was able to bail him out. 4:13 remaining in the game. Munster 65, East Chicago Central 62. And now reach-in foul is going to be called on Jefferson. And both teams now with 16 fouls in the second half.
Hackett with 31 points tonight. Drew, that is, working awful hard here to get his 33rd point of the ball game. He's being paced by Jermaine Couisnard with 32.
Well, the Northwood Panthers have had a dream season. They advanced. They beat Wawasee 53-48. Nice pass on the back door to Drew Hackett for the layup. He's got 33.
That's just great recognition. Two players that have played a lot of basketball together, reading the defense and took advantage.
They leave Sean Lewis, and he took the paint off the rim. The ball is behind Stojic, and he was able to get a timeout as he reached behind his back before they called the travel. That's a smart heads-up play by the senior.
2 timeouts remaining for both sides, and Automaster supports their community by sponsoring a portion of today's game. They're located at 6817 Calumet Avenue in Hammond, and they're an ASE certified repair shop specializing in electrical, computer, brakes, shock repair, and tune-ups. Automasters also does towing. For more information and to schedule an appointment, give Automasters a call at 931-2702. We're right in your neighborhood.
Andrean knocks off Wheeler tonight, and Coach Gaber, who's done a great job defensively for Tom Johnson, Andrean wins it 54-38. Today's broadcast of Cardinals basketball is brought to you in part by the Foundations of East Chicago. Whether on the court or in the community, the Foundations of East Chicago is committed to improving the quality of life for all East Chicago residents. We demonstrate the commitment through our scholarship programs, through financial support of local institutions like food pantries and churches, and by providing leadership and advice to help make our community the best that it can be. For more information, please visit our website, www.foundations-e-c.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Foundations-EC. 3:46 remaining in the ball game. 67-62, Munster up by 5 with the ball. Adam Stojic, weave up high now to Drew Hackett. 3.5 minutes remaining in the ball game, and Munster now looking to maybe take a little bit of air out of the pumpkin. Drew Hackett tries to go up and under, and he drew the foul as over the back were the Cards, and drawing the contact was Jefferson.
Attorney Lonnie Randolph supports his community by sponsoring a portion of East Chicago Central Cardinals basketball on regional radio sports in RRSN.com. Attorney Randolph specializes in trial, criminal, and civil, personal injury, and property issues. His law office is located at 1919 East Columbus Drive in East Chicago. For more information and to schedule an appointment, give Lonnie a call at 219-397-5531.
Drew Hackett is now 12 of 13 for the line. 34 points in the ballgame, trying to increase Munster's lead to 7, and he does. 69-62 Stangs.
Stop here. I think you're going to see the floor really spread for Munster, who went to that a little bit last possession, spread it out.
Kuznard off the right side now, trying to beat the double team. Cleveland is open from 15, takes it in now on Mandich. Great defense, and they call a travel on C-squared. Boy, that was great defense by Nicola.
Mandich just held his ground, used his strength. They were leaning on each other.
Now they're going to bring in Darian Reed. The thing is, Munster doing a great job shooting free throws tonight.
Of note, Damian Jefferson picked up his 4th foul on that last possession against Drew Hackett.
Munster up by 7 with the basketball. Less than 3 minutes remaining. The Stangs trying to knock off the number 9 team in the state of Indiana. Both teams are over the double bonus limit. Drew Hackett now guarded by Reed. Drives in, up and under Cleveland, and he scored! What a shot! 37 points tonight for Drew Hackett. Now Hiram Edwards is going to draw the foul on the drive, as they tried to keep him out of the lane to the outside. And a good job there by double ones to get to the line and put some points on the board with the clock stopped.
Well, it's all about the clock right now for Munster. You want to keep it running.
Let's hear from Scapel Buick, Chris. Luke Hackett just fouled out of the ball game with no points.
If you're in the market for a new or used car, then now's the time to visit Scapel Buick GMC in Maryville. Check out their great deals like 0% financing for 60 months in the 2015 Buick Enclave, or their $1,500 lease loyalty on all new 2015 Buick and GMC models. Experience the Scapel difference and see why Buick and GMC vehicles are designed and engineered to exceed your expectations. Find out for yourself why they've been the dealer of the year the last 5 years. Scapel Buick GMC is located at 3209 West Lincoln Highway, just 2 miles west of I-65 on US 30. For more information, visit them online at scapelbuickgmc.com or call 219-769-6381.
10 in the ball game now for Hiram Edwards, well below his 24-point per ball game average. He'll get one more. Carroll of Fort Wayne knocked off Northrop tonight, 61-35, so the Chargers advance. And Northridge is now in the Michigan City Regionals. They knocked off Elkhart Memorial, 48-45. Another miss there by Edwards. 8-point lead for Munster with 2:27 remaining, 71-63 Stangs. Drew Hackett trying to dribble precious seconds off the clock here. Double deuce with the basketball up high. Beats the double team to Schlotman. Down to Nicola. Back outside.
Nice job. Picture perfect right now for Munster, taking precious seconds off the clock, and they get fouled.
And now a foul called on Hiram Edwards, his third. 2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining now in the ball game.
Now Munster starting to feel it here. with the 2:02 remaining. A little bit too early to start celebrating, but certainly playing with all kinds of confidence here. Up 8 in their star on the line.
The senior now in the ball game with 37 points, make it 38. Certainly a performance for the ages here from the coach's son. 6'2" and a senior trying to punch Munster's ticket to Michigan City. He's only missed one free throw all evening long, and he got them both. 39 points for the senior. Kuznard's three is no good. Good rebound on the play by Adams. He's got a man wide open. The ball deflected, and then a kicking violation is going to be called on Munster. .152 remaining in the ball game. Munster up by 10, 73-63.
Chicago with 2 timeouts remaining in this ball game. You start seeing some fans head to the exits, Mike.
Yeah, that's, I tell you what, there's still a lot of time in this ball game. East Chicago really needs a basket here and maybe a timeout, and then start turning the heat up in the kitchen full court.
Munster only 3 misses tonight from the free throw line, doing a nice job.
That was one of the keys to the game that Mike Hackett talked about. Now Hiron drives in and laid it up and in. Good job by Munster not to foul. Hiron now with 6 in the quarter, 12 in the ball game, and it's 73-65 in favor of Munster. Today's broadcast of Cardinals basketball is brought to you in part by the Foundations of East Chicago. Whether on the court or in the community, the Foundations of East Chicago is committed to improving the quality of life for all East Chicago residents. We demonstrate the commitment through our scholarship programs, through financial support of local institutions like food pantries and churches, and by providing leadership and advice to help make our community the best that it can be. For more information, please visit our website, www.foundations-e-c.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Foundations-e-c.
Well, Mike, unofficially, Munster Mustangs 25 of 28 from the free throw line. As Coach Hackett talked with you before the game, he expected to get there a lot tonight. His son Drew has done most of the damage from the line.
McCutcheon knocks off Logansport tonight, 72-63. Richmond's Red Devils defeat Connorsville, 46-33. Brownsburg knocks off Martinsville in their own sectional, 61-57. 148 remaining in this one. Munster in the driver's seat, up by 8. And they're going to call a reach-in foul on Kuznard. And for Germain, that's his third.
A great execution by Munster out of that timeout. They get Drew Hackett to the line. He's been there 15 times, I believe, tonight. 16 times, 15 of 16, Mike.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're getting the ball into his hands, whether they're setting screens for him, they're getting the ball into the hands of the player that they know can take care of the basketball.
A lot of times that's just individual effort as well. A young man that realizes his importance to have the ball in his hands, and more importantly, the confidence to go get it in a situation like this.
40 points tonight now for Drew Hackett. 74-65 Munster, make it 75-65. 142 remaining. Jefferson in the corner to Keyshawn Lewis. His three is off the mark. Hackett gets the rebound, and he gets fouled. And now the folks from Munster starting to sense the upset.
Yeah, these 2 free throws would put them up by 4 full possessions with only 1:34 remaining. East Chicago with only 1 timeout.
East Chicago's over the double bonus limit now. And East Chicago seeing a possible 13-game winning streak go by the wayside tonight to this upstart Munster program. We say upstart. They've won 18 games this year.
Yeah, give credit to the program. You know, this is considered a down year for them.
And they're heading to the regional. And he got them both. 8 for 8 in the quarter for Drew Hackett. 42 points in the game. Munster up by 12. DJ just turned it over, and a foul on Lewis as he knocks Manis to the floor.
Looking forward, if Munster's able to hold on to this lead right now and head to the regional, they'll face the Crown Point Bulldogs. Crown Point was an 8-point victor over Munster back on December 19th, 65-57.
Isn't that amazing? You got a possible Munster Crown Point regional semifinal. Unbelievable.
Well, it's been up for grabs all year long. There's no doubt. It's been a fun year, and any time out, you thought any team could beat anybody around the area except East Chicago. Perhaps this would be the first Northwest Indiana team to be able to do so.
This is a 35-point turnaround from the regular season ball game. Manis has got his second point, misses the second half of the two-shot foul. 78-65 Munster. Hiron with a pass down on the play to Adams, and East Chicago Central will take their last timeout with 1:21 remaining and trailing by 11 points. Again, we want to thank the folks that have made today's broadcast possible. Some of the game sponsors, including Petro's Restaurant, 6525 Indianapolis Boulevard across from Carson's in Hammond. It's a perfect place to go anytime for a great meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Their dinner menu includes great tasting steaks, chicken, and fresh seafood. They also offer daily specials. For carryouts, give them a call, 844-5951. Also, Glass America. When safety, quality, and convenience matter, there's no better place than Glass America, located in Maryville. They offer auto glass and windshield repair and replacement, offering a lifetime warranty and same-day service on auto glass, and they are approved by all insurance companies and accept all major credit cards. For the Glass America locations closest to you, call 219-738-2590 or visit Glass America's website at www.glassusa.com. 1:21 remaining. Once again, they get the ball in Drew Hackett's hands, and once again, the senior goes to the line and shoots some free throws.
Chicago not making it real tough on him to get the ball. He's just stepping right to the ball and getting a simple bounce pass, not doing anything special to get him the ball or run him off any picks or anything of that nature.
Twin Lakes beats Benton Central tonight, 65-41 in 3A.
It's a 35th free throw opportunity, I believe, for Munster tonight. We'll get a better, more accurate count here once the game goes final.
And Drew's able to split the free throws. He's missed 2 free throws all evening long. 79-67 as Hiron takes it in on Mandich and scores. Edwards now at 14 tonight. And now Drew Hackett is going to get fouled in the backcourt with 1:08 remaining. And I tell you what, at this rate, Chris, he may hit a half century.
He certainly may do that. Saved a great day for it, the sectional championship. I just give credit to Drew. He wants the ball in this situation, Mike. I mean, Chicago really is not doing anything to keep him from getting the ball. And he's certainly going to go get it every time, whether it's an inbounds pass or a rebound. He's going to get it.
Cleveland back into the ball game now for the Cardinals, 79-69. You can hear a pin drop in here right now. So Double Deuce back to the line. 10th point from the free throw line this quarter. 45 points in the game for Double Deuce. 80-69. 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining. One more for Double Deuce, and he did not get that one.
Well, he's not going to lose my vote because of that missed free throw. The center performer of the ball game.
Kuznard gets his shot blocked there by Drew Hackett as he's starting to do it now on the defensive end as well. I think I might be able to pick the center player of the game, Chris.
I think so. I'll let you do it tonight, Mike. How about that?
Hiron misses the shot, and Jermaine Kuznard picks up his 4th foul. And Drew Hackett will go back to the line.
Perfect example again, just knowing where the ball is going to carry him to. He goes to get it, gets himself back to the free throw line.
So the Munster Mustangs are going to take on the Crown Point Bulldogs in the second game of that doubleheader in the regional, and the other game is going to be South Bend Riley.
It's Northridge, I think.
Taking on Northridge, yes.
Elkhart Memorial.
Foul going to be called on Munster here.
We're working on the longest final 2 minutes of history.
53.4 seconds remaining. Munster up 81-69. Connor Manis just fouled out of the game with 2 points.
Well, he gets a nice round of applause, and well, he should. He's been chasing Hiram Edwards around an awful lot tonight. 5'11" and a junior. 2 points doesn't begin to tell you what he meant to this Mustang ball club tonight.
Make sure after the ball game to stay tuned. We'll name our Centier Bank performers of the game for both teams. And we'll take a look ahead to regional weekend and also take a look at a lot of these upsets that have been happening across the state. So Hiram Edwards, finishing his career at East Chicago Central, picks up his 15th point. Certainly not the ending that he envisioned, as he was hoping to lead this 20-3 Cardinal team to the regional, but it's not going to happen. 16 in the game for Hiram. 81-71 Munster. Stojic gets the inbounds pass, gets it over to Drew Hackett, and he gets fouled by Kuznard. And Jermaine is fouled out of the ball game, and I tell you what, I hope the fans give this young man a standing ovation, Chris. 32 points tonight for Jermaine Kuznard. What a performance.
See what he was from three-point range. Most of his damage coming from behind the arc. Does indeed get a nice round of applause. He's 5 of 13 from behind the arc. Started taking the ball to the basket a little more as well.
I'm running out of room here for Drew.
Hackett made that one.
Got them both. 83-71. 48 seconds remaining. Hiram goes coast to coast, and he got fouled, and he scored. Boy, that's the last thing you want to do if you're Munster.
Still 45.5 remaining in this
I
ball
mean,
game.
You're talking about a 3-possession game right now if he makes this free throw. Stranger things have happened, folks.
Drew Hackett now with 48 points on the night.
Maybe they'll try to deny him the ball on the inbounds pass. What do you think?
It's worked for 3.5 quarters. You look back to see Munster celebrating with 2:02 remaining. It seemed like it was about 25 minutes ago. You look up at the clock, there's still 45 seconds remaining. That's 5 on Mandich. He'll foul out with only 4 points.
Fort Wayne Dwenger knocks off Fort Wayne Lures in overtime, 70-68. That's a final. Columbia City defeats Norwell 47-40 in 3A action. Hiram's able to complete the 3-point play. So it's a 3-possession ball game right now. Stojic having trouble getting it in. Finally gets it into Hackett. Back over to Stojic. Adam in the backcourt. Back over to Drew. Drew now in the front court with the basketball. And he gets fouled on the play by Devontae Jones.
Hey, Chicago had a couple chances to foul someone named other than Drew Hackett. They didn't take advantage of it. And they'll send Drew back to the line with 48 points. He's working on 50.
Yes, he is. He hits these two. It'll be 50 points for the senior tonight. He gets the first one. He will certainly be a candidate for the statewide award, which is given by the folks down in Indianapolis. And there it is. He missed it. Almost to 50.
He still might have 6 more attempts here at the free throw line. Munster fouls
Boy,
again.
I tell you what, they are certainly trying to keep East Chicago's hopes alive here. as the foul's on Ostojic.
I mean, Hiram Edwards is awful quick, obviously. He's forcing the tempo and forcing a drive to the basket.
And Hiram, in what's been kind of a subpar game, is approaching 20 points, and most of those coming at the free throw line tonight. He was 4 of 6 in the first half, 5 of 6 in the second, 9 of 12 in the ball game. Was held off the score sheet in both the first and third quarters tonight. One more for double ones, Chris.
Did he miss that one, Mike? I
Yes,
was trying
he did.
to tell Drew Hackett's free throws. He's 25 of 30.
29.7 seconds remaining. 84-75 in favor of Munster, and now a foul called on Charlie Cleveland. And once again, Munster just getting the ball in the hands of Double Deuce.
Well, chances are pretty good that he's going to eclipse the 50 or at least get to 50 here with these two shots. Once again, 25 of 30 from the free throw line tonight.
And a lot of those here in the fourth quarter.
All but 12 of them in the fourth quarter.
There it is. 50 points tonight for Drew Hackett. What a performance by the senior. Came in averaging 17-8 a game, shooting at 84% from the line. The lead is 10. The lead is 11. 86-75 Munster. Hiram back the other way. He'll pop the tray, left it short. Rebound down to Ostojic, and he got fouled. And finally, somebody besides Drew Hackett is going to be shooting free throws. And listen to the crowd on the far side.
Now go ahead and celebrate. Under 20 seconds remaining. You're up 11. Enjoy your sectional championship.
10th sectional championship for Munster High School. And they will take on the Crown Point Bulldogs in the second game of the regional doubleheader on Saturday. The other half will feature the Northridge Raiders and the South Bend Riley Wildcats. I tell you what, Chris, no slight to those particular programs, but it certainly is wide open for the region.
Yeah, without a doubt, with Penn being knocked off, going to have a region team in the regional final. And as you said, they'll either face South Bend Riley or Northridge.
Hiram takes it to the rack and draws the foul as Munster continues to put East Chicago on the line.
Hackett make both of those, Mike? I'm sorry.
Yes, he did.
I'm sorry, Stoic.
Yeah, no, he split them. I'm sorry.
Used to seeing Hackett at the line.
Yeah, he's got 16 in the game now. Did he make both of those?
He made both of them.
Okay, thank you. 87-77. 13.6 remaining. Schlottman's going to get fouled.
East Chicago still going to foul. 10.7 remaining. Munster working on a 90-point performance. If you would have asked me before the game, I would have thought Munster had to keep this in the 50s to have a chance to win, although this pace was really where Munster wanted it, Mike. I only remember about 4 or 5 breakout opportunities for East Chicago, so it has been a slow pace, and a lot of free throws for Munster has allowed them to get to almost 90 points.
They've done a great job of getting back on defense and, of course, rebounding, and as Coach Hackett talked about, making the free throws. They've certainly done that tonight. Schlottman now with 11. 10 seconds remaining. Now a steal on the play by Island. And they say it went out of bounds, so a turnover on Munster, their 11th. 7.6 seconds remaining. Ball comes in on the play, deflected by Ostojic, and Hackett is able to dribble it out. And the Munster Mustangs have upset the number 9 team in the state of Indiana tonight as they win the basketball game by a score of 88-77. So Munster improves on the season to 18-9 and the East Chicago Central Cardinals will bow out of the tournament with a mark of 20-4, Chris. Unbelievable performance by Munster tonight.
Upset Saturday here around the state of Indiana, Sectional 1 included.
So, the Munster Mustangs now will celebrate. They will get the trophy from Trino Cavazos, and they will cut down the nets here this evening at the Barato Center. And we will have post-game coverage. Mike Hackett with a nice hug there for Hiron Edwards. But it is Munster's day out here today as they defeat East Chicago by a score of 88-77. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back with our post-game report and name our Center Bank Performers of the Game on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports.
Do you want a loan decision in just 15 minutes? Well, of course you do. No matter what your dream purchase, when you apply for a loan from Horizon Bank, we'll give you a quick response so you can buy it. Today, you'll get a decision about your loan within 15 minutes of submitting your application, guaranteed. Exceptional service, sensible advice. That's our promise to you.
Exceptional service, sensible advice, Horizon Bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Learn more at horizonbank.com.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marines."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Do you want a loan decision in just 15 minutes? Well, of course you do. No matter what your dream purchase, when you apply for a loan from Horizon Bank, we'll give you a quick response so you can buy it. Today, you'll get a decision about your loan within 15 minutes of submitting your application, guaranteed. Exceptional service, sensible advice. That's our promise to you.
Exceptional service, sensible advice, Horizon Bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Learn more at horizonbank.com.
Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings, so I can spend a little and still save. Visit TCUnet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back here to the Barato Center. Crown Point. Crown Point, yep. Financial support of this Cardinals broadcast is provided in part by the Foundations of East Chicago. We are dedicated to helping our community through our grant programs, academic scholarships, and overall leadership initiatives. We've dedicated ourselves to uplifting, inspiring, and empowering all the residents of East Chicago. Moving towards a brighter future, the Foundations of East Chicago are in and on your corner. For more information, visit our website, www.foundations-e-c.org. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Foundations-EC. Well, Chris Adzia, it certainly has been a very eventful Saturday night here in the Hoosier State.
Well, it's been a great week. Congratulations here to Coach Hackett and the Munster Mustangs. Just a great scene on the court right now, Mike, as the Munster Mustangs are celebrating with their fellow students, and hard-fought victory for Munster, and they came in extremely prepared, extremely determined, most importantly, extremely confident that they could knock off this Central Ball Club.
And that's half the battle, as you know, being a former player yourself, believing that you can do it. And the Munster Mustangs certainly did that tonight. They led 23-14 at the end of the first quarter, 42-32 at the half. The lead was cut down to 5 at 59-54 at the end of 3. But Munster outscores East Chicago Central by a count of 29-23 down the stretch and wins the ball game by a score of 88-77 as the game certainly became a free throw shooting contest down the stretch.
Drew Hackett went to the line 32 times, 20 of those coming in the fourth quarter. 3 other players went to the line for 6 attempts in that quarter, so 26 free throw attempts in the final stanza for the Munster Mustangs.
Boy, great scene right now is Leroy Marsh, the longtime football coach at Munster, giving hugs to everybody out there right now, just being a total team player here with this Munster sports program. And boy, what a celebration on the court right now. And this is what high school athletics is all about, Chris. You've been here, you've been on this floor, you've experienced it, and these kids certainly have worked very hard all year long, and they certainly deserve this.
Now, Mike, you hear me talk about it all the time. This is why you play high school basketball in the state of Indiana. To me, everything after the sectional championship is gravy, and certainly all the teams participating in the regional will be determined to win the regional. But when you talk about coaching successes and those types of things, not winning sectionals is what gets coaches in trouble. As long as you win sectionals, you're going to have a successful program and be around for a long time. And certainly Munster's been able to do that. But, great scene here at the Barato Center.
Let's take a look at some of the final numbers, Chris, as the Munster Mustangs will advance to the regional to take on the Crown Point Bulldogs.
Well, we'll start with the East Chicago Central Cardinals. They bow out of the season at 20-4. Fantastic season for Abe Brown and the East Chicago Central Cardinals. They were led in scoring by Jermaine Cousinard. The 6'2 sophomore exploded for 32 points tonight to lead the Cardinals. 24 points by Hiron Edwards. He only had 6 at the end of 3. Had a big fourth quarter for Abe Brown. 7 points for Damian Jefferson. 5 points for Keyshawn Lewis. 4 points for Charlie Cleveland, and 2 points apiece for Jamar Adams and Madison Hawkins. East Chicago finished the ball game shooting 21 of 28 from the free throw line and 6 of 26 from three-point land, and finished the ball game with 15 turnovers unofficially. For the Munster Mustangs, sectional champions here at Sectional 1 in East Chicago, improved to 18-9. They were led in scoring by Drew Hackett. He had a half 50 points tonight on 27 of 32 shooting from the free throw line. He also made 4 three-point baskets out of 7 attempts. Also in double digits was Adam Ostojic. He had 16 points. 6 points from Nikola Mandic, who battled foul trouble. 9 points from Kevin Schlotman. 4 points for Nikola Mandic. 6 points for Antoine Van Dyke off the bench. 2 points apiece off the bench for Connor Manis and Luke Pellarella. Once again, Munster with the sectional championship, 88-77 victory over the host of Sectional 1, East Chicago Central Cardinals.
Right now, there you see the Munster Mustangs celebrating their 10th sectional championship in school history, and they will move on to take on the Crown Point Bulldogs. Let's take a look at some of the other results in 4A here. Crown Point defeated Chesterton 63-42. South Bend Riley with a 74-69 upset over Penn. Northridge knocks off Elkhart Memorial 48-45. It was Carroll of Fort Wayne over Fort Wayne Northrop 61-35. Jay County will be taking on Homestead on Monday. McCutcheon defeats Logansport 72-63. Carmel edges Hamilton Southeastern 51-44. Richmond defeats Connorsville 46-33. Lawrence North over Indianapolis Tech by a score of 67-46. Pike edges Southport tonight by a score of 49-48. It was Brownsburg over Martinsville 61-57. Franklin Central knocks off New Palestine 68-60. Bloomington South over Bloomington North 57-42. New Albany defeats Bedford North Lawrence 79-33. Evansville Central over Castle 75-56. And number 1 Evansville Rights, Chris, all over, well, not all over, a high-scoring game tonight. they defeated Evansville Harrison 107-94.
Evansville Reitz is the leading scoring team in the state. They've eclipsed the 100 mark quite a few occasions this week, so not too surprising anyway.
And meanwhile, the Bowman Academy Eagles have had their wings clipped tonight, Chris, as Gary Roosevelt defeats Bowman Academy 54-51, this coming 2 days after they had reinstated Marvin Ray to coach the team and then dismissed him again.
Well, that'll set up a sectional championship over at the Hammond Civic Center between Griffith and Roosevelt, two state-ranked teams who had a game canceled earlier this year. It never did play.
Other local teams, Andrean over Wheeler 54-38. Number 1 and undefeated Mishawaka Marion gets beat by South Bend St. Joseph 66-55. And then the other team that'll be over at Kankakee Valley in the regional, Twin Lakes defeats Benton Central 65-41. Meanwhile, over in 2A, the regional is set with the exception of the Woodland sectional, which will be played between Cherubusco and Fort Wayne Canterbury on Monday. Hammond Knoll defeats Hebron 67-47. It was Winnemac over Rensselaer Central 54-50 in overtime. And LaVille defeats Prairie Heights 56-48. And then in Class 1A, these teams feeding into the Triton Regional next Saturday. Marquette Catholic all over Washington Township by 38. Or check that, 28, 78-50. Tri-County defeats Pioneer 69-55. Oregon Davis upsets the number 13 team in 1A Triton 38-34. And as expected, Fort Wayne Blackhawk, the Braves, knock off Elkhart Christian 64-41.
Well, that'll set up the Triton Regional next week, as you said, Mike. Marquette Catholic, ranked number 5 in 1A, will take on Fort Wayne Blackhawk, ranked number 7 in 1A. So that's a big matchup. And Oregon Davis and Tri-County will be on the opposite bracket.
I'm going to try to head down and see if we can get Mike Hackett right now, Chris. So why don't we go ahead and run some more scores while we're waiting here. You can kind of run those down before I get down there. Most of the scores from the sectional are in the books right now. And we can go over those, and I'll try to get Coach Hackett.
Once again, right here, Munster in Sectional 1, 88-77 victory over the East Chicago Central Cardinals. Crown Point in Sectional 2, victorious 63-42 over the Chesterton Trojans. It was South Bend Riley over host Penn in Sectional 3, 74-69. Over at Elkhart Central, it was Northridge 48, Elkhart Memorial 45. Over at Fort Wayne Northrop, these are all 4A scores. It was Carroll of Fort Wayne over Fort Wayne Northrop, 61-35. Kind of keep an eye on him if you could in that mass. We'll try to find Mike Knezevich down within all the people as Munster continues to celebrate and cuts down the nets here. At Lafayette Jefferson, it was McCutcheon 72, Logansport 63. At Carmel High School, host Carmel 51, Hamilton Southeastern 44. At Newcastle, it was Richmond over Connorsville 46-33. At Lawrence Central, it was a state-ranked Lawrence North team 67 over Indianapolis Tech 46. Pike with the big upset, as Mike Knezevich stated earlier, 49-48 over Southport. Southport ranked number 3 in the state in the Final Four. Over at Martinsville, it was Brownsburg 61. The host Artesians of Martinsville 57. At Whiteland, Franklin Central 68. New Palestine 60. Bloomington South beat Bloomington North in the Battle of Bloomington. That was held.
Mike, John here real quick. Hey, Chris. Can you hear me, guys?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to bring on Mike Hackett right now. Coach, congratulations on the win. We talked about some of those keys to victory in the pregame show, and you certainly were able to check them off the list.
Yeah, I couldn't be prouder or happier for a group of guys. Obviously, with my son being in the senior class, I've been with this senior class for a long, long time. It was a journey. Everything wasn't, what do we want to say? Everything wasn't, great all year long. We had to work through some things. But the last month or so, we've been showing signs of coming together on the court and off of the court. And they came together tonight and executed the game plan perfectly. I mean, this was all on the kids, especially the seniors. Especially the seniors. Okay? They get to put, they won we got our conference championship. We got the sectional championship. Beating a team like EC on their home floor by double figures. Couldn't be prouder.
That's a 30-some point turnaround from the regular season, Coach. What was the difference tonight versus the regular season ball game?
The regular season ball game, we made it too easy for them. You know what I mean? We did everything you can do to lose games and to get wiped out. Okay? We missed free throws. We turned it over. We didn't rebound. All of those things add up to a big, giant loss. So we talked about it, and we tried to cut all those down. And the kids bought into the game plan and stuck to the game plan and executed it perfectly.
How proud are you of Drew Hackett? I mean, that young man, half a century. I mean, an incredible performance, and that's great and everything. But this is a process. I mean, you've been coaching him for a long time, and to watch him grow up and mature and to come through in this particular stage, it's just got to be very satisfying, not only as a coach but as a dad as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of speechless. I mean, I know he's a good player and everything, and through his career he's had a lot of really good games, but he's never really had like a huge breakout statement game. I think he's had one now.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, I think he's had one now. So, you know, he was just determined. He wasn't ready for his senior season to end. You know, he's grown up watching us have our heart broken on this floor a few times and so forth. Him and those other seniors just were determined to not let it happen again this year.
Let's spread a little bit of the credit as well, Coach. I thought Antonio Van Dyke's performance off the bench was huge for you, and a part of the game was really big.
Hey, each and every kid that got in there, Austin Island, you know, you go up and down. It's a total kids victory.
Congratulations, Mike.
Thank you. Total kids victory. I mean, whether they played 5 minutes, 32 minutes, 10 minutes, didn't matter. They all just gave us quality minutes. So,
Coach, go enjoy it with the kids, and best of luck against Crown Point over at Michigan City.
Is that who we got?
You got the Bulldogs. The other two teams are South Bend Riley and Northridge.
Oh, really? Interesting regional. Yes. I don't think these are the 4 teams people were expecting.
It's been a crazy Saturday, Coach. A lot of upsets around the state. Mishawaka Marion got beat in 3A, previously undefeated. Penn gets beat by Riley. Northridge wins. So it's wide open right now.
March Madness at its finest, baby.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Mike Hackett, the head coach of the Munster Mustangs, joining us here. Congratulations to him. We're going to try to get a couple of the kids for right now. We'll send it back up to you. They're still cutting down the twine here. Nicola Mandik's got a bunch of it in his mouth right now. I'm going to try to maybe see if I can get I'll see if I can find Drew Hackett, guys.
Well, Drew Hackett once again, 50 points on the night. As Mike Knezovich talked to his dad, Coach Mike Hackett, a very proud father. Don't necessarily hear Coach Hackett that emotional. Obviously, emotional victory for him and his son, who is a senior on this ball club. But a 50-point night performance. I would say that he did have his breakout game. He saved it for the best moment of his career on the high school level. Mike Knezovich continues to look for some players to talk to. Once again, Hackett, Drew, that is, 50 points tonight, also in double digits for the Munster Mustangs. Adam Ostojic, 6'3 junior, he had 16 points. 9 points from Kevin Schlotman. He had a big three-pointer early as Munster got off to a big start.
51.
6 points from Antoine Van Dyke, as Mike just talked to Coach Hackett about. 2 points apiece off the bench for Connor Manis and Luke Pellarella. I thought Connor Manis did a great job defensively on Hiron Edwards. Hiron Edwards only had 6 points through 3 quarters. He ended the game with 24 points, got to the line often in that fourth quarter. Damian Jefferson came into the ball game averaging 23 points a ball game. He ended the ball game with only 7. Give credit to Luke Hackett, who fouled out of the ball game, not scoring tonight, but did a great job all night on Damian Jefferson, who was frustrated halfway through that first quarter, never really did get on track. He only had one field goal tonight, and he was fouled on that field goal. He had 5 points from the free throw line. He was 5 of 7, 0 of 4 from the three-point range. Damian Jefferson, once again, only 7 points, averaging 23 points. That was a big key to Munster's victory. Jermaine Couisnard with a breakout game for East Chicago. He had 32
Drew, can
points.
I get you on the caster real quick? Drew Hackett's going to join us, guys. And, Drew, congratulations on the victory out here. Talk about your emotions right now as you guys cut down the nets.
I mean, this is surreal. I can't – this is the happiest I've ever been, to tell you the truth. I mean, coming into this game, we knew we were the underdogs. No one in the state believed that we could win, especially from how bad they just stomped on us earlier in the year. No one believed we could, and we had a game plan. We came out and executed it to a T. All the seniors said, I mean, it's lose or go home. So we had a motto, why not us? I mean, why not us? Keep going, keep going. We did it 8th grade year, and we know it's possible. We know it can be done. So it's a surreal feeling. I can't even explain it right now.
Talk about the process of going through the season. 9 losses for a Munster team in recent history was a lot more than you guys were used to having. So it was a situation where you had to kind of accept that and improve as you went along during the year. So talk about that process of absorbing some of those losses and learning from them.
I mean, it's been such an up and down season. I mean, compared to the rest of the seasons, the 22-1 seasons, the undefeated seasons like my sophomore year, this is crazy. But there's been it's been crazy, and okay. Hold on. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Drew Hackett's going to join everybody right now. We're glad that we got his time, and certainly the young man wants to get in there with his teammates. 51 points tonight. I was going to ask him, guys, he's played a lot of basketball from biddy ball all the way up through travel ball, if he's ever scored 51 points in a basketball game. And what great accuracy from the free throw line as well, as Munster wins it tonight by a score of 88-77, knocking off the 9th-rated team in the state, giving East Chicago their 4th loss. Loss in all this, obviously. Congratulations go out to Abe Brown and East Chicago Central for a tremendous year. Anytime you win 20 games in a season, it's a great accomplishment. Obviously, they fell short. And there you see right now Mike Hackett cutting down the net. And I tell you what, Chris, Mike has had some great basketball teams in the last decade, some teams with a lot flashier records, but I don't think I've seen him any happier for a group of kids than he is right here tonight.
Yeah, we talked about it, Mike. Very emotional Mike Hackett after this victory, and in a very poised Drew Hackett as you interviewed him. And you couldn't be happier for the Munster family and their program. And as you said, Mike, a lot of hard work obviously goes into getting to this point of getting to this point with the sectional championship, and we talked about it as we welcome Mike Knezovich back to the booth up here at the 50-yard line courtside. And Mike, we talked about, you just made the comment about an emotional Mike Hackett. I've never seen him that happy or that emotional after a victory. Certainly this one's a little extra special with his son being a senior.
Right.
But on the flip side, a very poised Drew Hackett.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, the fact that this happened at a place that's been kind of a chamber of horrors for Munster over the years. East Chicago, as well as Lake Central and some of the other teams in the sectional, have knocked them out of the tournament on this particular floor. So to be able to come in here, a huge underdog after getting beat by 20-some points in the regular season, and everything was pointing towards East Chicago getting to the regional and to win it, and also win it by double digits, and basically just hold off at the end and do it in convincing fashion, certainly is a tribute not only to him but to the staff and this group of kids.
Yeah, and make no mistake about it, the favorite to win the Michigan City Regional next week was East Chicago. They just lost here at the sectional level. Once again, as we've been saying all year about the Duneland Athletic Conference, about just about every game that we've done, maybe with the exception of some East Chicago games, as they clearly during the regular season we're the best ball club in Northwest Indiana, but it's been a lot of parity across Northwest Indiana after that Same will be at the Michigan City Regional next week.
And you can take this basically. This and $1 will get you the Sunday paper. But earlier in the season, Crown Point went to Munster in a game that we did on WTMK, Chris. And Munster lost that game. Crown Point went in there and beat them 65-57. This game now will be on a neutral court between the Bulldogs and Munster for an opportunity to play for a regional championship and go to the semi-state.
Obviously, both teams playing very good at this point in the season. Crown Point had a great week, knocking off a Chesterton team tonight that's been playing really well. Munster, 2 out of 3 great games against their 2 toughest teams that they had to play this week. They had a tough road. They had to get through Lake Central and East Chicago to get to this sectional championship. So once again, congratulations to Munster. And we probably need to name the Centier performers of the ball game as well before we leave.
I will go over that heavy limb, and I'll say that Drew Hackett gets it for the Munster Mustangs with his 51 points. And for East Chicago Central, I tell you what, Chris, what a coming out party tonight for Jermaine Kuznar, number 5. This young man certainly was seen as having a lot of potential, and he grew up tonight.
Well, he's had a couple big games this year, but as the third scorer buried behind Hiron Edwards and Damian Jefferson, doesn't get to shine that off. And with the triangle and 2 defense that Munster played tonight, it left Jermaine open. He took advantage of it. He had 32 points.
So our Centier Bank performers of the game, Jermaine Kuznar for the East Chicago Central Cardinals with 32 points tonight, and Drew Hackett with 51 points gets our Centier Bank performer of the game. Please make sure that you get those over to Dave Miller. And again, special thanks go out to Mike Hackett along with Abe Brown for their pregame interview accessibility as well as statistics prior to tonight's ball game. So check the RRSN.com website as well as your local listings for our regional coverage next week. Chances are we're going to be following the Marquette Catholic Blazers over at Triton on WEFM 95.9 FM. And we also are going to be following Munster and Crown Point on WEFM 95.9 FM. We could be adding a game on WTMK as well, with Crown Point being over there, pending community support. So that's kind of our tentative plans right now, and we will announce that coming up on Monday. And check it out on the website at RRSN.com. Well, we want to thank all the folks that have made our broadcast possible during the 2014 and 15 season of East Chicago Central Cardinal basketball throughout the year here at the John A. Barato Center. And certainly a big thanks goes out to the foundations of East Chicago. They're our corporate partner, making a difference in people's lives by believing in trust, accountability, honesty, integrity, and responsible stewardship at foundations-e-c.org. Also by State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. ArcelorMittal, guiding the evolution of steel. Scapel Buick GMC on West Lincoln Highway and Route 30 in Maryville. Centier Bank with 44 Northwest Indiana locations. The United States Marine Corps at Marines.com. Albert's Diamond Jewelers. Also Teachers Credit Union and Levin Tire. Thanks go out to Schwartz, Retson and Company in Maryville. Horizon Bank, exceptional service and sensible advice. Christensen Chevrolet in Highland. Nitco at nitco.com. Tech Federal Credit Union. We also want to thank Fife Funeral Home on Indianapolis Boulevard in East Chicago. Attorney Lonnie Randolph on Columbus Drive in East Chicago. Calumet College of St. Joseph's on the web at ccsj.edu. Automasters, we're right in your neighborhood, and round-the-clock restaurants with locations in Cherville, Highland, Hammond, and Lansing, Illinois. Also, thanks go out to our game sponsors, Petro's Restaurant on Indianapolis Boulevard in Hammond, Glass America for safety, quality, and convenience on the web at www.glassusa.com. And also a big thanks go out as well to Ogren Insurance in Hammond, all proud supporters of student-athletes here on Regional Radio Sports. Again, thanks go out to Trino Cavazos, the athletic director here at East Chicago, for all his support throughout the season. And again, thank you very much to A. Brown and his staff for their great hospitality, as well as giving us an opportunity to positively promote the student-athletes over here at East Chicago Central High School. So for Chris Adzia, along with Ryan Knezovich, this is Mike Knezovich saying so long from the John A. Barato Center on the campus of East Chicago Central, where the Munster Mustangs have upset the East Chicago Central Cardinals by a score of 88-77, and they will advance to the regional next Saturday to take on the Crown Point Bulldogs. God bless America. God bless you all. Have a safe and wonderful evening, everybody. So long from the Barato Center.